everybody. Welcome to the Monday Sound Stream. We're a couple minutes late, but you know what? That's fine, because we were getting stuff ready. There's a lot of news. There's a lot of news. You'd think there wouldn't be a lot of news in the late February, but I guess the world is reawakened. Things are happening again. So
Super Bowl season is now passed. Now people can just can now talk about stuff now.
exactly. And the toy companies are like, give us money. So, except for one, and we'll talk about that as well. Welcome everybody. I'm happy to be here. Ryan, how about you give a rundown of everybody in our live chat here?
Welcome, Master Ben, Zeltrax, Cameron Metter, Muteki T, Mass Radiant, Tommy Talks, MJ Klein, Silverbricks, Comrade 64, Jeremy Carr, Toma, Small Dream, Red Ranger Kristen, Common Pikachu, Thomas Mann, 256 Production Studios, Dr. Grid, Fire Fury, and Psycho O's. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome. Now in our voice chat.
Yes. One more thing. This is here's a cleaner. This is gonna be a later news topic video, but here's a cleaner photo of it for you to use.
Oh, thank you.
I'll put in the stream chat.
So,
welcome, Dragon Key.
Yeah, let's do our voice chat. I don't know, my brain just like shut off just like halfway through that sentence. Ryan, introduce yourself.
Hi, I was the one introducing y'all people. You may also know me from the graphic design to this channel.
We also got, I know Wheelchair 21 actually showed up early today, which is wonderful. I'm happy he's here. Wheels, say hi.
Oxycodone for the win.
Yeah. And Fighter Chaos is also here. Fighter Chaos, would you like to say hi?
Yeah, I guess so.
You may know him from such streams as Tekken 8 and King of Fighters. And he is the number one.
The number one English King of Fighters streamer.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. All right, we got our crew introduced. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing out there? We can do lots of chat time, or we could just get to the news. What do you guys want to do?
Masterman. Hello, disembodied voices. Yeah, we don't have physical bodies. We're all just voices that sound outside.
Exactly. It's just a projection from the brain all the way up. Anyways, we've got a lot to talk about, and I think we're ready to go. You guys ready to do this? I think we're ready to do this. I think we're close.
Welcome, Jamie's World.
Welcome, everybody.
Yeah, let's get to the news now.
Everybody's like, get to the news. Get to the news. All right, we're gonna get to the news.
Well, for recap, should we do our
PSA section? I just calling this the PSA section. First things first. Last week's videos included SH Figuarts Punk Jack and the classic Tokusatsu movies collection, which I'm glad the classic Tokusatsu movies collection did good because that was an expensive set.
I think because unless from what I see, I think you're the first one to go full detail into it. Thomas Mann has only has like 5 minutes, so
okay, yeah, go for it.
Questions. What are you planning? What are you planning to review in terms of Power Rangers Sentai?
All kinds of stuff, mostly robots.
Are you doing more changer / morpher tier lists for the 6 Rangers?
Maybe on a stream if we ever get a break from news. Yeah, okay. Welcome, Soul Man. So, yeah, this video, I did my research. I looked up the movies. I pinned a comment with some more details on a couple of the movies, so check that out if you haven't.
That set really does look nice.
It is. I love the cover art on that. That is my favorite. That's my favorite cover we've gotten.
Thomas, question 3: What are your when are you doing a tier list of weapons for PRs? That would be a fun one.
That would be a fun one. I'd have to think about that one a lot.
The Tokusatsu collection does look really nice.
Red Ranger Christian, I did see the helmet. Yes, looked good.
It does look really nice, but I do look at it such as just the movies. I did kind of think it's a more fancier version of Milk Creek's like 50 public domain movie packs I see.
It practically is, yeah. Especially because like the name is just Classic Tokusatsu Collection.
It's a much more like high end version of those like 50 public domain movie packs. But so it is a nice set.
Yeah, I thought the video turned out nice. I think the set is good. Go grab it if you can. It's still in stock, I think.
I don't think this
Yeah.
thing can go super out of stock fast because it is one expensive and also again super
So niche. Like, even I was unsure if I wanted it, and then I ultimately just said,
I do
sure.
think I do think a collector like this is important because
Mm,
again, Tokusatsu is more than just the Henshin hero people.
yep.
So I think a set like that is needed to show that yes, there's more to Tokusatsu than the ultras and the kaijus and the
Mm.
riders and the rangers and such like that.
Cameron Metter, this is on Shout Factory. I have the list. I have the link in the video. So,
It's funny because a lot of those movies are very bad, and some of
You
them are
think so?
really good. It's
You know
hilarious.
what?
Like,
Besides, like,
I haven't.
oh yeah, I
To
know.
be honest, the only one I've watched is Golden Bat.
you don't watch. You don't like. Besides,
And Golden Bat is one of those weird good ones because it's like
Yep.
a
I
Batman
love Golden
Superman
Bat at
serial.
least. Yeah.
Golden Bat hitting with that collection, it's Golden Bat is like I think the only real good one. But you watch them not for like the quality, but watch
I think
for.
Magical Serpent is like the second good one on there, but that's just because it's a better
But yeah,
quality.
again,
feel
like
so-
Ryan's saying, it's not necessarily for the quality, but so like the building foundation of the medium.
Also, if you just really like old classic Tokusatsu with their practical effects, of you can pop of the look, I can see the strings scenario.
Cliver's
doing
collection.
strings? Oh, I can
Just
see the
watched my
strings.
Jack specific Sonic video. Start collecting the line themselves. I'm excited that you're collecting that line. 'Cause that line's great. Also, Psycho says that I should have a Ranger form with Soundwave inspired chest for physical
I've been
media
mean-
minions.
I've been meaning to draw one for that for one for you for years now. I just don't
Something
know
will
where-
happen eventually.
I just don't know where to put it. That's the problem.
Yep. Cass, do you have any thoughts on the classic Tokusatsu movie set?
I'm just glad we're finally getting them.
Mm-hmm.
If they were to do a second one, what films would you guys in the chat want as the question of the day?
Welcome, Ojunix.
What
That's a
other
good question. What
the best
other?
way to say it is just look up all the other bad random serialized Toei films that they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
It'll be like what is
Because
it,
apparently
Spectre Man, all
compilation
them.
movies based on series are not off the table because Ninja Scope there is an Akakage compilation film. So yeah,
Alex Ashmore, since would it be possible the 1967 anime adaptation of The Golden Bat will be released in North America? Who owns that?
that's a good question. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Was that Toei? Was that Toei also?
Could've
Or
been.
no.
Ogon Bato.
Bato.
Who owns the
Psycho Travelers,
yeah,
Jinkin
that's it.
Kaiketsu.
Golden Bat?
That's cause I don't. Who owns
Conversation
that?
for how about the
My favorite
Refire
part
movie?
too
I don't
is
think
how like a lot of people always promote that film for Sonny Chiba,
Mm.
and he does practically nothing in the film.
It's kind of like promoting Mark Hamill for Guyver.
What's funny is
or,
It is.
or,
the
Bryan
original Golden Bat anime was 80K.
or
Oh.
Bryan Cranston for the first legendary film,
Yeah.
Godzilla film. Oh yeah, I forgot Golden Bat is a public domain character.
Yeah. When do we get a Zorro cross? Someone should write that comic. Do his comic book.
I mean, he's really old.
No one's gonna
So,
have
yeah,
money.
I guess.
No one's gonna spend
I did-
money on making it, but like make a comic book.
I do love the box art for the collection. Make Golden Bat that's like Master Universe looking
Yeah,
character, all buff and everything.
I know. I really dig it.
Skeletor's gonna go, "Who are you?" And
Every
he's gonna
time,
be-
every time I see that cover,
I'm
I
you,
just
but
think,
better.
exactly.
Yeah.
Are you?
every time I see that cover, I just think this is like a lost '90s like indie comic team or something like
Mm.
that.
It's like Defenders of the Earth.
Toma, give that dream.
So Toma sent the that's a super you get a super chat thing with your membership. Toma, a member for 3 months says, please hit the like button if you're enjoying the stream. Become a member to support Sound Out Possible. Yeah, please join the memberships. Fun fact, I should mention this now since Toma mentioned it. If you become a member at the Commander tier or higher, you can check out Wednesday's video tonight after the stream. I've got it like done and uploaded, so I'm going to make it public after the stream.
What is that video?
And that video is going to be a group of Blazar toys. I decided to put all the Blazar toys I hadn't reviewed into one video, and it's really fun, and you can go check it out. And yeah, if you become a member at the Commander tier or higher, and you can become a member during the stream, you get a special shout out. After the stream, there will be a new video available for early access, so that'll be fun. I forgot that was on my notes, and then I completely glossed over it, and now I'm glad that Toma mentioned this, so that We got that.
Speak up. I guess another PSA for people who want to voice. Be careful with Blazer because I think China got that film for streaming.
Yes.
Over there.
The Blazar film, which we will talk about in a moment, is out on streaming in China, so be wary of spoilers.
Beware of spoilers, yeah, because people have posted clips of that online. So be wary of people who want to voice spoilers to the Blazar movie.
Yeah. Ojunix, I'm not exactly sure what that D&D news was, so I don't want to say anything about it because I haven't looked into it at all. All right. Also, last week there was some shorts. I forget to promote my shorts because they just kind of exist, but last week we had an early review of Radiant Black number 28. The wonderful folks at Black Market Narratives sent that early, which is nice because the videos do better when they're early as opposed to like later. But
yeah, cause I keep thinking the Radiant Black trade was out, Volume 5 trade was out now, but no, I think
Here's a question.
it comes out this it comes out this week. That Radiant Black trade, which goes up through issue 27, is out this week, which is also the same day that like issue 28 comes out. So if you're wanting to catch up on Catalyst War, you grab that Volume 5 trade, you grab the newest 2 issues, and then you're all caught up.
But Tad, I hear the question: How in advance do they send that to you?
This is the first time they sent me an issue in advance, and they sent it to me. I got it last week, and it comes out this week. So.
Okay, but what day did you get it technically in the mail?
Monday.
Okay, I'm gonna say this right now. If they can get you a physical copy a Monday before it releases, right? So that's like more than 7 days. Boom Studios. I'm just saying this right now. Boom Studios should start sending out their goddamn freaking review copies.
What does this have to do with anything?
Monday or Wednesday. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Radiant Black guys, the guys who produce Radiant Black, are putting Boom Studios to shame.
I mean, also remember that Boom Studios is working with licensed material and Radiant Black isn't.
Indie, yeah. So that might be an advantage.
But still, they still have stuff that isn't licensed that they send us.
Yep. I don't know why I'm readjusting the chat box, but.
All
right.
That annoys me.
Jojo Stars here. Common Pikachu asks if Radiant Black going to do an omnibus. They're not doing an omnibus. They're going to be doing deluxe edition hardcovers. The first one's out this fall. The first 12 issues.
Because I think unless you're Spawn, I don't think you
Spawn doesn't do omnibuses though.
Oh right, no, yeah, they do
compendiums, paperbacks, yeah, or you get big ass deluxe edition hardcovers.
Yeah, because I think indie companies just can't afford omnibuses.
Yep. Anyways, I also talked about this the Power Rangers Mystic Force Solar Cell morpher.
Question: How much morphers do you have left to complete your PR? At least the PR morphers.
I was doing a list, and for Power Rangers morphers, including power ups, I'm down to like less than 10, and they're mostly battleizers. So one of my goals this year and into next year is to like finish off the morpher collection, and then expand that out and then finish off the Sentai Changer collection, because my Sentai Changer collection is going to be like 5-man onward, but
question,
fill those
does
gaps
that
in.
contain the prop morpher they have during Hyperforce?
No, it doesn't, because they didn't make a toy of it.
But he thinks maybe one day someone will sell the prop on eBay for
if someone sells if someone sells anything from Hyperforce, I'm buying it because I love Hyperforce. Yep. Alex Ashbourne asks, is it possible if any new Kamen Rider shows to be Americanized? I think we're beyond the point where Tokusatsu is going to be adapted. I think we're beyond that now.
I think at this point they're going to dub it like how Sprite does with Ultraman.
Companies don't feel the need to do it when they can just dub it or just release it with subtitles.
Yeah, because it's more cheaper. As much as American.
Plus the toy market can't support the American toy market can't support a Tokusatsu toy line.
Why they not even Cosmic Fury, but why they Beast Morphers and Dino Fury didn't do the gimmick because I think Hasbro learned a lesson after Yokai Watch of they cannot handle a line with a gimmick like that.
It's a huge commitment and a lot of planning, and they can't handle it. Why doesn't Hasbro dub Super Sentai? Fire Fury asks. Because they have their own version of with Power Rangers existing, dubbing Super Sentai in the corporate mindset that Hasbro exists in. Dubbing Super Sentai is a redundancy.
Well, it's conflicting. I think it's a conflicting thing.
It's a conflict with their main product that they own. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to do that because that'll kill. There's multiple times where Hasbro and other companies will make similar products that are compete with each other that are similar, and one will die because one is just better than the other.
Yep.
And such.
Small Dream says the term semi-weekly releases would give Western toy companies a heart attack. Yeah, it's because the distribution market over here is completely different. It's just completely different. Everything's done quarterly and not like you don't get specific dates for toys to come out. It's too much coordination.
The only such is like Jada, who just like figure done release.
Yep. Psycho says, what Sentai morphers do you need? I guess Geki changes. There's like, I think I still need like 15, 20 Sentai changes.
Is that pre or pre-Zuri? Is that?
I'm talking 5-man onward, because I have the 5-man changers.
Yeah, that's
5-man onward. I'm missing still like 20 changers.
Yeah, because go low trying to find those older pre-5-man morphers.
Yep, I have the 5-man ones. I would need the Jetman one.
You had to build. You had to build a Jacka.
Yeah, I'd have to build. Yes, I'd need to build a full-size chamber for me to lay in. That's gonna replace the bed. You know, we're just gonna do a Jacka power capsule instead.
I forget, but Go Ranger, do they just spin the transformer, or did they have like a belt that they wear and then they spin and change?
Well, Go Ranger?
Yeah, Go.
They have nothing. They're cyborgs, so they just turn around.
Yeah, so
they just spin and then they transform. Smith the Crow does bring up Lego. Yeah, Lego spends a lot. When I say this, Lego spends a lot of money enforcing those street dates because they spend a ton of money on that.
And weirdly enough, they're like the few companies that doesn't have their stuff leak.
Yep. Infinity War Torn also is hit around the head. They would call it brand confusion to have Power Rangers and dub Sentai. Exactly. Yeah.
You know, if you ever do like the Sentai version of your Power Ranger collective, you're doing the morph. You know, you have to begin that by just spinning it around and like boom.
Oh,
no, you spin it around.
I've low key already started planning out like the Sentai Changer collection video where I do all the Sentai changes, like I did the Power Rangers morphs, and it includes just spinning and tapping my cell phone to the sound the High School Heroes. So
you should do like Go Ranger. You spin and then you cut and then cut back with a cape on.
I could do that. I could do something like that. Anyways,
how do you do the Jacka? We just pretend you.
I'm not going to spoil it. You're gonna have to wait and see how I pull that off. Kaus, what were you about to say? Because I heard you say.
You said Jacka, and it made me think of Jacka's theme song, which I love.
Yeah, I love Jacka. One of my favorites. I will have to dance for Kyoryuger and for Zox. I have to learn the dances better. The Zox dance, I don't know if I can do that one again. Kyoryuger dance is not that hard. It's like 6 steps. It's 6 steps for the Kyoryuger dance. Zox's dance is 14 for the regular and 23 for the super. Tanning bed for Jacka. Has anybody got a tanning bed I can borrow?
Tanning bed. Well,
you just go outside of them. You just like go to a tanning bed.
Yes. All right. Let's get on with the show. February 29th. That's in 3 days. It's on Thursday. Is it Thursday? Monday? Yeah, it's Thursday. There will be at 11 a.m. Eastern a G.I. Joe fan stream, which will probably talk about the things, the leaks and the new stuff. I don't know. I'm not ready for more G.I. Joe stuff, to be honest. I'm kind of already overwhelmed. Also, Battle Fever, isn't Battle Fever also just like they turn around and they hold the helmet thing? I think that's also just a spin.
I mean, question: how many Joes did you kill? You Cobra Trader?
I mean, it's true. I had to kill a lot of Joes. I canceled everything but the Techno Viper from the April pre-orders because I got stuff. Buffa, happy early birthday. Enjoy your Toku. Well, I'll be curious to see how they show, but I'm kind of like, I still got to film the G.I. Joe rundown. That still hasn't been filmed yet. I gotta get that done.
This won't be next year. Who knows? You'll probably get all the Joes you canceled again. But I'm so tempted to make a gag with the thumbnail, just you killing all the Joes. Just recreating.
Is me, just like,
recreate the Transformers are all dead, but it's you
with
all the consummate Joes in the ground.
Speaking of live streams, on March 21st at noon Eastern, which is a much better time, Mattel Creations is doing a live stream event. They're like, hey, we can do that.
I forget.
Also, welcome, Omender.
They did a poll of what the next Mattel Creations people want. Was it like the Fright Zone, the like Cortex Tower? Is that gotta be that?
Oh, that might be the next playset, the one that like they had the votes for.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
that's possible. That's possible. Oh, Psychos. Technically, I do need the metal and the Shinobi metal and the Dino plate for power ups. They don't do enough to justify the money. Anyways, and then lastly, starting February 26th, Subaraya's online store, you will be able to purchase things with overseas shipping from the Subaraya store through Bai. And they'll be available to 117 countries for shipping. This is amazing because the Subaraya online store has a bunch of stuff we can never usually get, and it's really expensive through a middleman. Now you can use Bai to purchase things through the Subaraya store.
Do they carry like Figuarts and such like that there, I'm assuming?
Yeah, they do. They have exclusive gimmick items. They have things like a full-size Brothers mantle. Like, they have so much stuff on there, and you'll be able to buy it directly through that store via Bai.
So, question about Bai, because I never used the service. But
I wish this stream was sponsored by E. Smith the Crow. I really did. By E, sponsor me. I will promote your stuff.
But Bai, question...
I mean, they have sponsored people like you, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, question about Bai... Is it one of those services like Mandarake where you had to use like something like a credit card or something like that to use, or can you use a debit card for it? Because that's always stopping me.
You can use PayPal through it, which is helpful. The way I actually made a Bai purchase recently, secret stuff for a video or something maybe. But it basically, when I ordered an item, and then they purchased it for me, and then they charged me for the item, and then they're gonna get the item and put it in the warehouse. Then when it gets to the warehouse, I have like 30 days to pay for the shipping to ship it, and I can ship multiple items together. That's the idea. Like, you can do that for multiple stores, and then ship it all via Bai. It's pretty legit.
No, it's legit.
Yeah.
It's not like
MJ Klein asked was legit. It's legit. People use it. They do good stuff.
But it's not like Samurai Bai where that was a scam from what I heard. So this is actually a good service.
Yeah, Bai's good, and Subarai wouldn't be partnering them with them if it wasn't good.
Oh yeah, Zeltrex, Bai is great. You do have to add funds to the site or to buy stuff.
You don't have to add funds. That's an option you can do. You can add funds directly to it, but you can use a credit card or PayPal. I was having issues with the PayPal thing, but I just used a credit card. So
I might have to do the pay because I don't have a credit card, so I might have to do the PayPal scenario maybe.
I don't know how shipping rates are. It depends on what you're shipping, though. But they're pretty fair. From what I understand, the shipping rates are pretty much like match what match the usual rates that you'd find anywhere else. So that's pretty much it for the PSAs. Let's get to the entertainment news. We're gonna start picking up the pace here because a bunch of these things are short.
The quick summary is Bai the proxy service where you buy things through them and then they'll buy it for you pretty much.
Yep, they buy it for you and then you can ship it and stuff. Okay, so let's get to we're on entertainment news.
So man, you get 30-day free storage and you can constantly purchases.
Yep, that's what I'm kind of looking at because I bought something and I'm like maybe I can buy some other things and then ship it all together. Okay. Alex Ashbourne, are you planning to watch this year's Pokemon Presents? I'm probably not going to watch it because I haven't been into Pokemon since X and Y.
Also, it's in the morning. Also, you'll probably be asleep.
Yeah, I'll be asleep because I'm Southwest, so I don't. They always do these things. I don't know. You guys watching Pokemon Presents?
No, it's too early even for us.
I am because I'll be at work at that point.
Yeah.
All right.
If something amazing gets announced, I'll like circle back and watch it. But if nothing that like something's really got to excite me, and
I mean, I'm hoping they announce some things. But yeah, what time? I know it's early.
It's like super early. I don't know.
It's like 9
what time
in the
Eastern?
morning. It's like the 9 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, I think.
Yeah.
Or 8. It's early.
Yeah. I mean, because like I love Pokemon, but like I haven't played a game since Sun. I never finished Sun. I haven't touched anything.
Me neither,
since,
because I took it back.
Yeah.
Hey, entertainment news.
All right. So we talked about this recently that Funimation is going away and Crunchyroll is going to be merging everything into one. This recent interview with Crunchyroll's president, they said when asked about what to do to compensate people's who's losing their digital copies because the Funimation site's going away, and that's the only way to get the digital copies. when asked about how they're defining their appropriate value, said so it could be that they get digital copy on any of the existing services where they might be able to access it. It could be a discount access to our subscription service, so they can access the same shows through our subscription service. So they're trying to basically, from what this is like really weirdly written and said, basically what it sounds like to me is they're trying to decide, do we put our stuff on digital platforms like Vudu and then give people like redemption codes to go get it on Vudu or something? Or do we give them a discount on a Crunchyroll subscription because it'll all be there as well? And so they're determining, but they have noticed everybody going, but what about our digital copies? So
I'm hoping for the Vudu option at the very least.
I would like that. That would be much better than anything else.
Because again, the problem with the Funimation digital stuff is it wasn't you could download and keep it. You just unlock it for free on the site.
Yep.
Which was the problem.
And so I think that if they could come up with a thing like, here's your this is what your library was, and they just email you a list of vouchers, and then you can just redeem them on Vudu or something like that. That would be nice. I think that'd be a great way to do it. So hopefully they're listening. It does sound like they're listening, and they're not just going like, haha, you don't get your digital copies, whatever. Like, I'm glad to see that they are paying attention to this because
I think it's because I think
It's
it might be.
something.
Yeah.
I think it's good because they might get in trouble if they don't.
Yeah, I
That's
think
true.
they're worried about getting in trouble. I also think they are worried about losing customers because Crunchyroll may be the biggest like thing for Western anime, but how big is Western anime? Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's true.
All right. Now in bummer news, the producer of the Digimon games from the last like decade plus, Habu, is no longer in charge of Digimon games at Bandai and hasn't been since last April.
I think he started was it redigitized?
Yeah. He was his first big thing was redigitize, but he also like oversaw everything from the Adventure PSP game. He was the reason why Cyber Sleuth was freaking Cyber Sleuth. He always he oversaw Survive. He actually worked on All-Star Rumble, which was the game that got us Digimon games. People don't know this, but there was the Digimon Rumble games from the early 2000s, they did like a revitalization.
Yeah, when Fusion came out.
When Fusion came out, called Digimon All-Star Rumble. It was a Western-only game. It was never released in Japan. And it was like supposed to emulate Rumble. And it was the first Digimon game in years. And so everybody bought it because they were just like, oh, we don't even care about the game. We just need to buy a Digimon game. Give Bandai money, show them we want this. And that's why we got Cyber Sleuth, was because All-Star Rumble sold. So never doubt the power of literally just buying a game so that another game happens. Like, legitimately, that's a thing that can happen.
Peacemaker said Dusk and Dawn.
Well, I say vote with your wallet, right?
Yep, vote with your wallets. Dawn and Dusk was his first games. Yeah, that would make sense. He's been on Digimon games for a long time. Like, the whole Digimon story series was his thing.
Yeah, because it makes sense. Because each game, while standalone, do connect with each other. It's mostly the character Mirai and certain characters from the previous game reappear in other games and such. So it's sad to see him go because I always liked about the Digimon games where it kind of felt like its own universe, the Digimon story games. And I know,
and we still don't know what the status is on the next Digimon story game that he's been talking about for years. Like, what's going on there?
I know the next one. I think it was like the last Digicon or the Digicon before, where he said the next one he wanted to do was with Olympian 12.
Olympus 12, yeah.
And I'm hoping, even though he's gone, they sue. Who knows how far along that project got along before he left.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I'm hoping at least he was able to finish what he can do with that project before he left. But yeah, it's a little concerning with that. I don't think Digimon games are gonna be like wiped, but like it's one of the things where
it was not good that this news came out 24 hours after the report that 5 games at Bandai Namco were internally canceled, and then we found out that those were 5 games that were never announced to the public. So it took Digimon. The Digimon story wasn't part of it. He did have it in his statement here. There wasn't a statement. They said, due to personnel changes in the company, I'm no longer in charge of producing Digimon games. In reality, I was no longer in charge as of last April, and the handover is done quietly. Please be assured the team is continuing the development of a new Digimon story under a trusted director. I was involved in a series called Digimon. I'm proud of the fact that I feel passion for the Digimon fans. It's become my most valuable asset. I want to thank you all. Thank all the fans who love my work. Thank you very much. Thank you for continued support of Digimon. So he did say they are still working on the next Digimon story.
What's good is the fact he said they already handed off to a new director. Because isn't like last year a similar story where the main director of the Mega Man franchise got left, and he was in charge of the current Mega Man stuff, like from like Mega Man 11 onwards.
Mm.
And there was no word of his replacement, and everyone got really worried. And we still haven't got any news about any new director for Mega Man.
Yeah.
So this is better because at least we know that there is someone new. There is they
There is
can
somebody. It's just we don't know who, and we don't know
Who.
when all this will be going.
Mhm.
Now, there was a reason why this news came out now, because you're thinking, why didn't they tell us, before? And I think they're going to keep it quiet. But Digimon Con is coming up. It's going to be on March 10th. This is the annual, let's showcase Digimon. This is not usually a huge news event, but more of a showcase piece. But they did give us the content listing, with content subject to change. This is pre-recorded. It's not live, so they can put it out in multiple languages. They just finished recording it. This is going to be the categories they're talking about. Toy for Digimon 25th or Digivice 25th anniversary project, which could be anything from a super complete selection animation Digivice to I don't know, a project to make all the Digivices. Who knows? Card game for a survey project and an update on the Digimon Liberator manga. Games for the Digimon Games series survey project, which they did a survey about what people want to see in Digimon games. So apparently there's going to be a result of that. Plus a special piano melody. Maybe we'll hear about who's in charge of Digimon games now that Habu's not there. Who's the producer now? Animation is going to be the Digimon Animation 25th anniversary talk, which hopefully is just let's talk about the old show, not that we're remaking Adventure for the third time.
I'm
I'm worried about that being a possibility because Toei's in remake mode.
I'm curious if we're getting an update on the Ghost game dub, because I don't know.
I think the Ghost game dub will be talked about in the English version of this only, and that's why it's not here.
Oh, okay.
List.
This is for the Japanese only.
Because it's going to be in Japanese and English, but it's here's your overall content. But when we done Digimon Con in the past, the American English version had let's talk about anime heroes and these weird recolors of the VPET, which wasn't in the Japanese version because they're not getting those. So there are regional differences, like a Nintendo Direct. There'll be a live performance for a Digimon Animation 25th anniversary. I think Ayumi Mizaki's performing in AIM, maybe. And then there'll be special news for Digimon Seekers and others. This could be anything. That's where you get your Ghost game dub could be. That's where your whatever stuff could be. Digimon Seekers getting news is interesting because it's over. The novel put the end at the end of chapter 4-12. They did announce there's an epilogue chapter coming up, but so I don't know exactly why they're highlighting Seekers, but I'm curious.
Maybe I doubt anime, but maybe some kind of audio drama, maybe something like that, or such. Something related to Seekers, I imagine.
Something Seekers, and they did put Lugamon on the poster, so that's not too surprising. MBBSU says you should try to get Tsurugi to sponsor you. Spent way too much there since I saw your videos. Someone should tell Tsurugi that. Someone should tell them. I've looked around. They don't have a press contact thing, so I guess they have to reach out to me. Unless they're like, man, this guy keeps buying stuff. Why does he keep using free shipping? Because it's an option. All right, that's pretty much it for the Digimon Con thing. We'll report back when it happens. I don't think there's anything between now and then. Okay, the Ultraman Blazar movie has come out internationally, and Clinda on Twitter asked about, is there going to be an English, or haven't heard anything about an English West release yet. And Jeff Gomez, who's in charge of Starlight Runner, who's in charge of things like Ultraman Connection and stuff, said maybe a little while, but we won't stop till it happens. So we're not going to get the Blazar movie on Wednesday, which is the day it shows up on Super Eye Imagination in Japan, but we are going to get it eventually.
I imagine they want to do a big I doubt it's gonna be a fandom event thing. I imagine it's gonna be a big
yeah, it's gonna be a big publicity event. Yeah,
I imagine it's gonna be something like Ultraman Connection event. One, it will be they have to dub it, and I imagine they haven't dubbed it yet, so they're gonna dub it and such, and so it's gonna take a while. I imagine they're gonna.
It's probably gonna be a couple months, but hey, you never know. Maybe they will just say, "Here, Fathom event
next week." What?
So we'll see what happens, and we'll keep you posted. All right, DC made some announcements at the Comics Pro convention, which is kind of like an industry event. And there's this absolute power crossover where there's 25 issues tying into this big event, and it's all written by Mark Waid and illustrated by Dan Mora, and that just makes me excited because I love Mark Waid and Dan Mora. But that's not the important news. Let's talk about DC Finest, because I love talking about collected editions for comics, and this is my way of sneaking it in. So 5 books were announced in this lineup called DC Finest. I should have grabbed an article at the cover. Hang on, let me find the covers here. So
I remember these were like, not sure if they were leaked or announced a while ago of them doing something like this.
I think it was leaked a little bit, but then yeah, for some reason DC didn't post their own mock-up covers. Okay, so the way these are going to work, they are we're going to use Comics Beat instead of DC's website. Yeah, so as Master Ben said, these are basically like Marvel's Epic Collection. So they're going to be they're listed as starting at $34.99, which is not a bad price considering what we're about to see. They will take advantage of DC's extensive backlist and appeal to casual and completist fans alike, which is great for me because I'm not a casual anymore. I'm too far deep into this thing. They're going to be focusing on characters and storytelling genres instead of creators or prior series to give fans a chance to discover the continuities for their favorite characters. So much like Marvel's Epic Collection, which, for those that may not be aware, this is an Epic Collection. I brought examples. This is an Epic Collection. This is the Fantastic Four. So this one's titled The New Fantastic Four. That's what it says on the spine, right? And then on the back, you see that it is Epic Collection 21, covering the years 1990 to 1992. And it doesn't matter what creators it is or what run it is. This is going to contain everything for the Fantastic Four from 1990 to 1992. Which in this case was issues 347 through 361, Annual 24, and material from the Marvel Holiday Special, which was just the Fantastic Four story from that. And Marvel's been doing this for like 10 years, and it's really popular, and people love it. I love it. There's like a huge, list of these in existence. It's a great way to collect, like, if you love they love the Fantastic Four and you want their whole history, they don't print them in order, but they'll eventually print them all.
So
yeah,
it's not which is really nice for them to do.
And then also for context, Epic Collections run $45 to $50.
They're practically like compendiums, practically, but not like fully like compendiums.
Yeah. They're kind of like DC's compendiums are a similar format where they're a little bit longer because these usually have about 20 to 25 issues in them. They're printed on pretty good paper, like Epic Collections.
Yeah,
are.
I have the Ghost Spider modern Epic Collection, which is the same thing. Really quite quality. It's not like thin paper or anything like that. It's really good.
Yeah,
quality.
LPH asked if this was a good year for Fantastic Four. I think it was because this storyline where the Fantastic Four are out in space and they need a replacement team, and the replacement team is Grey Hulk, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. It's a little bit too much my jam. So. Silverbricks says, Fantastic Four is my favorite Marvel team, something I might want to consider. Yeah, there's a lot of Epic Collections for Fantastic Four. Not all of them are in print. If you find one that's not in print and you can't get it close to cover price, wait, because they do reprints all the time. So
yeah, and the people these are not collection of stories. They're literally just that run of that.
It's just those years, basically. Yeah,
it's not like an omnibus. It's not like an omnibus where it's the complete run of that specific story. Like
right.
It's just here's a collection of that era of this character, pretty much.
I've seen some pretty big omnibuses.
They're in order.
Yeah.
They're in continuity order.
Yeah, they're in continuity order, and a lot of times, a lot of Epic Collections I notice will give you a nice story break. It may not be a complete story because a lot of Marvel is like super serialized, but like they'll give you like a good story break where you're like, okay, I can just pick up this volume and read this 2 years of this character or team.
Which I really like, because I essentially like they're in like continuity order, because it does annoy me with trade. With certain paperback trades, they don't do that. They usually do an year release order or stuff, because got annoyed by because I was catching up on IDW Sonic, and I hate that volume 13 of the trades had the 2020 annual and the Free Comic Book Day issue after issue 50 and 51. They take place before issue 50, which annoy me.
And that's also why for Sonic and for Turtles, I get the IDW hardcover collections because they actually put them in reading order.
They put them in reading order, which is nice.
Hey, Infinite. So, getting back to the DC's Finest. And here's the thing. There is a concern amongst the collecting community, and it's legit, because DC does this all the time. They start a format and then never follow up with it. This, to me, feels like they're committing to something, as opposed to before when they would be like, oh, here's these editions, and then they just kind of give up after a certain point.
Essentially, these are for casuals. I feel like
these
are I feel like they want to really push these.
I think they realize that Marvel's been kicking their ass with Epic Collections, and they need to get in it. They need to get in the brawl. So the other thing I noticed was interesting is they said, it says basically focusing on characters and for casual fans to discover the full continuities for their favorite characters, while offering completist readers an affordable option to build out their ultimate collection of stories based on their favorite DC superhero or genre. Because unlike Epic Collections, these are not going to be. Cameron, we will talk about Crisis Part 2 in the Blu-ray news section in a little bit. These are not just going to be Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, etc. They're going to do volumes that are like, here's DC horror, and it's like these couple years. Welcome, Room Without a Window. That's going to be really interesting because Marvel doesn't do that, where they do a genre type. And I think DC, knowing that like some characters like Deadman couldn't carry a whole series of volumes, but they could do like DC horror that's like Deadman and Etrigan and some of the other guys.
Some characters don't have long enough runs to get individual stuff.
Okay, so this is going to be so the first 5 are going to be coming out later this year. The first one is that we're going to talk about here is the Flash, the Human Thunderbolt, which is the years from 1956 through 1961 of the Flash. That's a huge chunk. These are mock-ups. These aren't like the spine sizes. But if these are $34.99, which it says starting at, I think some of these will be more expensive. That's a lot of book. That's a lot of book in one volume.
How much was to give an example? The Marvel Epic Collections usually cost around
45 to 50.
50. Like IW's collections usually round up to around 60.
60. Yeah, they're hardcovers.
Mm-hmm. There are paperback versions of their
collection. And the paperbacks are 40
for the Flash. I have to ask because I could have sworn I saw some Flash big old.
No, there was
like that.
Yeah, there has been there's been like Flash Silver Age, Flash Bronze Age, Flash Mark Waid, Flash Jeff Johns. They've done omnis and paperbacks. This is not anything that's not been collected before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
but it's again
it's in a better thing. Yeah,
well, cheaper too.
It's cheaper. Cheaper for newer people who want to get into or just if you're like me who's not really getting fully back in DC, but can't afford like certain omnibuses
and some of them are out of print too.
Oh, or also like a lot of times don't know what to pick because there's a lot of times where I'm at the comic shop where I'm like skimming to the trades. I don't know what trades to get of certain storylines because I don't know which ones are good or like which one sounds interesting. So collection IDs are really good where you just get a good chunk of a certain era of it. Doesn't matter if it's good, bad. It's just there's gonna be a bunch of stories in there.
And the other cool part too, we don't have full content listings on these, but I'm sure we will when they get fully solicited. They did say things like, this description is perfect. DC's finest, the Flash Human Thunderbolt collects classic adventures Barry Allen, the Silver Age Flash by John Broome and Carmine Infantino, including 1956's iconic Showcase number 4, which that was like the kickoff of Silver Age Barry. Also includes Silver Age Flash stories that include the first appearances of famous Flash rogues, including Captain Cold, Mirror Master, and Gorilla Grodd. Like, this is your basic, hey, have you ever read the original Flash Silver Age stuff? Like, here's your volume to check that out in. And I think that's really cool. The next book I'm so excited for. It is the Batman Year 1 and Year 2. It's a bit of a misleading title, because it sounds like it's just collecting Year 1 and Year 2. That's only 8 issues. That's not what this is. This is 1986 through 1987. And what's interesting about this is that Batman Year 1 was told in the pages of Detective Comics, and Batman Year 2 was told in the pages of Batman, which means this volume is likely, and I say likely because we're not 100% on this, it is likely starting with the post-crisis Batman, which is Batman Year 1, going all the way through Batman Year 2, and all the way up through 87, of both Batman and Detective Comics, which that is the way to collect Batman. Because a lot of, like, especially with Superman and Action Comics and all that, a lot of these, more popular heroes that are in multiple books, the going back and collecting in reading order the issues of Batman, and you can see it on the back cover even, Batman and Detective Comics, reading both series like this and having it in order is going to be amazing because we don't get that very often, and we've never gotten that for late 80s post-crisis Batman.
Yeah, that's great because the problem I have with DC with not with just comics and stuff, multiple series, you're really into a hero and into world, but can't afford getting the other books. You sadly
Yep.
just don't know the context of it. Like, I love Superman, and I will love also get action comics. I did really like reading it, but I just budget wise, I couldn't afford buying it
Mm.
alongside Superman, so I had to drop action comics, for example. So this is nice to see something like that where it combines the both in
Yeah.
like reading order and
And
stuff like that.
that's what I want to see. They did that. Marvel did that with some of their X-Men Epic collections, where they combined all the X-Men X books into one reading order. I also the thing is like the Rebirth era Superman. They did an omnibus that was the Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason Superman, but they didn't do an omnibus of like Action Comics. And so the thing is that like they did deluxe hardcovers, but you can't actually read them in the reading order and how they overlap with each other without looking it up, and it's becoming a big hassle. So I like this idea. I'm going to totally pick up Batman Year 1 and Year 2 for sure. This is like, I think this is the top of my list for this one because A, I want to support this idea. B, I don't actually own Year 1. I only own Year 2. I actually like Year 2 more. That's blasphemous, I know. But welcome, Satargos. But I definitely am looking forward to this one. I think the most out of all of these. Very excited. All right, next book, Wonder Woman: Origins and Omens, which is the Gail Simone era, which is a great era of Wonder Woman. Gail Simone rocked it.
I think this one's gonna be the one I pick up because one of these
2007 to 2009, and it talks about the Circle and Ends of the Earth and War Killer and Rise of the Olympian. It's likely like a majority, if not all, of Gail Simone's run in one paperback.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's one of those characters that I really want to read, but just don't know what a good run to pick. And
it's because there's not many good runs.
Yeah, so I think like a book like I'm definitely picking this one up.
Yeah,
I think Diane is a great character, but I never really got invested to her comics. So I think again, that's why I think these collections are great. This helps get people.
And it's the same thing with like the Epic collections, right? Like I picked up the Fantastic. This was my first Fantastic Four Epic collection. Was the new Fantastic Four? Why did I pick it up? Because it had the new Fantastic Four issues in it. And then I was like, oh yeah, look at all this other stuff I get. You know, it's like it lures you in with one part of it, but then you get the whole, rest of the continuity for those years. And I think that's so cool because it gives you like a whole read instead of, because DC is very, very good at like putting out like, oh, here's the, the omnibus, the deluxe hardcover, and the absolute edition of Batman Year 1. But when do we ever get like the stuff that happened between Year 1 and Year 2, right? That's the kind of thing. And with the Wonder Woman, they did just reprint the Gail Simone omnibus, but this is going to be much cheaper than that. And so for me, I didn't get the omnibus. I'm probably going to pick this up because I don't have a complete Gail Simone run because I have a bunch of it in single issue. But I can just get it in one paperback like this. I would rather have that for reading because it's a great run.
I'm probably gonna get I probably would still get the Peter J. Tomasi omnibus because that's actually on sale for like $60. So
it's a good omnibus. Yeah.
But like if they do something like this, I might also pick it up. Also, maybe I again just good budget friendly stuff.
All right, next one is weird. It's weird, but I dig it. It's Catwoman Lifelines, which is listed as having the 1989 solo Catwoman miniseries, which hardly ever gets reprinted. Like if it ever does,
Is this the Jim Ballant stuff?
And then that's not the 1989 solo miniseries was Mindy Newell and J.J. Birch. And then you get the actual ongoing series by Jim Ballant. Yeah. So you get Jim Ballant after that. So it starts with the miniseries, and then it gets into the Jim Ballant era. Now, the Jim Ballant era has not been fully collected in paperback. They only did 2 volumes, and it didn't fully get there, so this could be on our way. This is 1988 through 1994, so it's a really wide range of years. But it's kind of showing what this can be, where it's like, okay, we're going to start with the Catwoman miniseries, then we're jumping to Jim Ballant, whereas the previous Ballant collections were like Catwoman by Jim Ballant. They started the Ballant. So this one was kind of like the weird pick, because Catwoman I don't think is like the 5th most popular DC character or anything, but I think this was like a showing of intention of what they can do with a character that isn't like having a comic book every single year. So I'm into this. I bought the first volume of the Jim Ballant, and yes, Boob Sock Catwoman is a weird ass design and doesn't make any like physical sense. But they actually did some really interesting stuff with Selena in this book, and I really did like the writing on it.
The one
So
the writing stronger than the art.
absolutely,
Scenario.
the art is very 90s, and I did buy
Well, I'll
yeah,
enjoy it.
I did
Cool.
buy the boob sock Catwoman action figure that McFarlane did because
They
yeah.
did tone it down.
They did tone it down, yeah. But it's funny, like I saw people complaining like X-Men 97 gave quote unquote gave Rogue a mono boob. I'm like, no, it gave Rogue actual clothing and not boob socks.
Yeah, not boob socks. Like that's
Anyways, tangents aside, these aren't on pre-order yet, Muteki, but they are coming at they're starting in November this year, so they are still a few months out. The last one actually gave us contents, which is really funny. It's Superman: The Coming of Superman from 1938 to 1940. This will contain Action Comics 1 through 25, Superman 1 through 5, and New York World's Fair Comics number 1. Golden Age Superman's been printed a lot. Omnibus, paperbacks, all kinds of stuff. But this is, again, another, like, just an entry point. Like, someone's like, oh, that's the first Superman. Yoink. You know, that kind of idea. But also based on the contents, I think this one's the $34.99. I think these might be a little bit more based on what they come with.
I do like the variety here because sometimes I feel like with the Marvel Epic, they focus a little too much on some of the like Silver Age stuff. Which
there also is with Epic Collection. They there's an internal brand strategy at Marvel to have make sure the epics don't overlap with the omnibuses, overlap with the masterworks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I understand that, but like it's one of the I love Silver Age stuff, but Silver Age is hard to get into.
My favorite era of Marvel and DC Comics is 70s and 80s.
Yeah,
that's my jam.
It's less of the goofiness, but more the wordiness of it.
Yes,
old comics are wordy, and that's not very easy to get into. So I do like the variety. We got your Golden Age, your Silver Age, your Bronze Age, your modern day. 2000s here. Like I like the variety here.
And I love these spines because the spines very consistent. You got the DC Finest logo, you got the name, the character name in bold, the storyline name in small print, then the DC logo down here, and then the years. Because I do love the Epic collections for Marvel because I don't have all the Fantastic Four ones, so I don't have to look at the numbers on the spines going, oh no, I'm missing 19, I'm missing 12, like whatever, right? I like that, and I like the way that Epic Collection spines are done. But I do kind of like this really quick, instant, like, grab and go, like, oh, I need post-crisis, 86 Batman. Okay, that's that volume.
Yeah, the Epic Collections do look nice, but they do kind of look bland.
Yeah.
These look a little more nicer.
I think the color pictures on the spines really help, too. I really do like it. There is a temptation in me to buy all of these, and then just keep buying DC Finest as they come out. But I'm personally I'm most interested in Batman for sure. I'm probably going to get Catwoman depending on what the contents are, and probably going to grab Wonder Woman just to consolidate my collection.
I'm definitely
the older stuff I'm not sure of yet.
I'm definitely going to get Batman and 1D, probably Superman and Flash, maybe. Those are the maybes.
Yeah. I am tempted to just buy them all.
I'm really hoping they do a collection for Mark Waid's Flash because those Mark Waid Flash collections are hard to get for some reason.
I know. I only have 4 of the 9 because like the other 5 are just out of print and I can't get them.
Yeah, those are like really hard to get.
I will say they did start a Mark Waid Flash omnibus. I would imagine Mark Waid's Flash will hit DC Finest after they do the 3 omnibuses.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
All right, guys. Wheels, Jerry, do you got any thoughts on DC Finest before we move on?
Well,
I really like these. I used to the local comic store near me had omnibuses, and I'd be like, cool. Then I see how much it costs.
Yeah.
These, if I finally get some money, I'm gonna at least get the Flash and Wonder Woman ones. Nice.
Yeah, and these are coming out like late this year, so you got time to prep for them. I'm glad they announced them ahead of time to know these are coming because it does. I'm not going to go to my comic shop and I find a volume of Gail Simone Wonder Woman I don't have and then buy it. Like, now I know there's another collection coming. So, Mr. Tanuki says, I'm exposing myself as a fake DC fan by only pre-ordering Batman and Catwoman. I mean, I'm over here like, I love all the obscure characters of DC, and the one I'm most excited for here is Batman. But it's just because that's an era that's not collected.
Talking about?
What was that, Wheels?
Did you call my name?
Yeah, I was wondering if you had any thoughts on the DC Finest reprint collections.
They got these DC big reprints that are cheap for like $35.
If someone buys me the Superman issue, I'll be happy. But I ain't go. going out of my way. Omnibuses are a pain in my
Well, they're
ass.
not
Well,
omnibuses. They're
not
paperbacks.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, they're cheaper.
Yeah, they're like affordable paperbacks for a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, no. If we could just do this now, that'd be great.
Well, yeah, Omnibus has a purpose. The Omnibus have
Omnibuses, yeah.
I think you should just do both, right? Marvel does both.
Do both.
Yeah.
So doing both is good.
Yep. I think this is great. I think, instead of doing like, because I know they're starting up a bunch of them this year, but they're like, oh, here's JLA Book 1, here's Booster Gold Book 1. Like, instead of doing that, like doing this and having like a consistent line and just doing all your thick paperbacks in one consistent style is the way to go.
I would be cool for I'd be cool even if they're like those thicker, harder trade paperbacks where they're not like full on hard covers, but they're at least like,
I'm hoping they're like Epic Collections or like the compendium. Like the DC compendiums have like stiffer covers, and so that way like it holds together well. Should I grab a DC compendium?
I say move on.
I think we should move on, but like because my milestone ones are in the shelf and I don't want to dig them out. All right. Well, anyways, that's it for entertainment news. I think this is great, and we'll keep talking about them because. As a DC fan, I mean, I love my Marvel, as you guys know, but I'm a much longer term DC fan.
I had to break Soundout back in the day because Soundout was like really weird, like old school, like.
I can only like DC, not Marvel, and then Wheels was like,
this ain't the
Wheels was like,
anymore.
look at this, and I was like, oh, I do love Ghost Rider. And then now I do both, which is infinitely more expensive, but that's just how it is. All right. Speaking of DC, it's no longer entertainment news. It is McFarlane Toys. Yay! Exclusives. What is this?
Oh, look at that thing.
It's the Todd Strikes Back.
Yeah, this is going up for pre-order on February 29th. This is the red Azrael armor from Knight's End.
He looks so good. I missed out getting the original Azrael, and I heard the Nightfall Azrael back it's just impossible to find. So I'm glad they're doing this.
Muteki said it's Spawn, basically. You have the Mattel one, right, Wheels?
Yeah. What happened was when they did that rare reissue at Amazon, for some reason it became a shelf warmer, and then I got it.
Wheels.
Oh, you mean it?
Oh. Something happened.
Oh
well.
I kind of want to get this because I love this design.
Because I need to get him because I need Azrael for my Bat family.
I prefer the red to the blue, to be honest, because I think I like the burned look.
Yeah, I remember the problem what people had with the blue one. It was like kind of like a cartoon, like light blue, not metallic blue. I think people really wanted metallic blue for it.
Anyways, when Wheels get back, we'll let him talk about that. There's a first appearance Batman with a cloth cape.
Purple gloves are justice.
He's got a trigger finger, and it's the only time Batman with a trigger finger makes sense.
But Warner Brothers will still probably say no to.
Dr. Grid asks, what even is Azrael's deal anyways? Maybe DC should do a DC finest for Azrael and let you figure it out.
Craze used to be like what Craze like.
It's too complicated. I don't have the energy to explain Azrael.
He's out good now, I think, and like multiple of them, I think.
Sutargo says, fun fact: slowly reading Nightfall, currently on the Prelude. Nightfall's fun. I love Nightfall. It's so long. I read all of Nightfall, Knight's Quest, and Knight's End while taking a standardized test in high school.
Is Wally West Bronze Age?
No, because technically, technically some of those are like. If you want to get technical, Bronze Age for DC ends with Crisis. Then it becomes Modern Age. And then Modern Age runs from like 86 all the way to the New 52. DC needs some more labels, to be honest. But
I guess technically Wally did become Flash for the Bronze Age at the very, very end of Crisis.
Yeah, it's technically yes, but his main run was like just 90s mostly. Okay. They're also repainting speaking of Nightfall, the Nightfall Batman in black and gray.
He looks perfect.
He looks great.
He looks perfect.
I think it was cool.
I think it was at the Claw Cape.
Looks like it. Could be.
Also, that's not a giant pointing finger, people. That's a batarang. But the suitcase, like, that's the biggest pointing finger.
I still want like the Troika Batman look where he's like basically the Michael Keaton suit. But it's like this, but with a black suit.
Well, trust me, they're probably gonna be that costume.
Totally. And speaking of Wally, what the hell is this, Todd?
I am so conflicted.
This is Rebirth Barry Allen with a new head, and they're calling it a Wally West, and that's just...
They gave him
No.
the logo. I think they gave him the Wally logo. I think
they did give him the Wally logo, and it's like the Donna DC Wally logo.
Yeah, because
this looks like the cover to the Mike Deodato Jr. cover for Donna DC Flash.
Yeah, I think that's what this is based on. I wasn't a fan of that.
It's funny because I love the artwork on his card more. Okay, here's the thing. I like Cy Spurrier. I tolerate Mike Deodato Jr.'s art. I've not liked Donna DC Flash. I dropped it. I dropped it after like 2 issues.
I
figure looks awful.
It does.
I was gonna get issue 1, but then I remember, but I couldn't afford it. But like I didn't mind not getting it because I remember the story he did for Flash 900 that's still leading to Donna DC, and I hated that.
Didn't like that either. Didn't like God, I didn't like that. I didn't like Future State Flash. I really love Jeremy Adams' Flash run. That was great.
Yeah, and that's why I think it was Green Lantern run. I haven't read most of it yet. I just want to support Jeremy Adams.
I've been reading his Green Lantern run, and I'm mixed on it. It's kind of reminding me of his movie he did called Green Lantern Beware My Power, where I'm like, I like parts of this, but not all of it.
I mean, it's still I think even Jeremy Adams as lead, I don't want to say worse, but not at his best. He's still good at the very least. I'll always say that.
Popping back to Red Azrael. Wheels, did you have any other thoughts on Azrael? Did he vanish again?
He vanished again.
All right, that's it. We're moving. Closing the Azrael tab. Vampire Nightwing. Anyways, moving on.
The Wally Flash, I'll probably pick up because I missed out getting the Flashpoint bit, which I hate. So I probably had to get this Flash as much as I don't like it, but it's Wally and he's my favorite Flash, so I'll be forced to get it.
The best McFarlane Flash is the Superpowers one. The best McFarlane Wally Flash is the Superpowers.
The Todd McFarlane.
All right, Todd McFarlane made his own toy of himself.
Bro, you guys won't believe this shit. All the fast food places are closed tonight.
Oh, really?
Why?
Why?
Dude, I don't know. My mom was like, hey, do you want me to go and get you
live in a hamlet
dinner? Rather than get something? And I was like, yeah, I guess, can you order me a pizza? And then she was like, oh, crap, Cancelier. I was like, Roy's or Cancellieries, and they were both closed. I was like, all right, let's get Chinese then. And then Chinese is closed. And I was like, all right, what else can we have? And then I'm like, okay, do we have any French fries? I'll have French fries and a cheeseburger. And she's like, we don't have any French fries. I'm like, just make me the damn cheeseburger then. Like, it was one of those things.
That's so weird.
Smith the Crow.
Exactly.
Smith the Crow says, how does it compare to the Green Lantern movie? No Green Lantern comic I've read in my entire life is as bad as that movie.
No, the Jeremy Adams run is not bad at all. But
no, I'm not grooving with some of the creative choices. That's all it is. He did finally do the thing I've been asking for 10 freaking years.
Yeah, Razor.
He brought Razor in. I just wish it was under better circumstances. Anyways.
Yep. Hey, it's a Todd McFarlane action figure.
So Dakota says, I must McKellar the Todd McFarlane action figure. I don't want it, but I appreciate the gall. I ordered this, by the way. I just had to. This is just it's.
I do. So
let me explain what this is. Let me explain this for the audience. So here we have Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn. He's got like a convention badge and a microphone, and these guys it's Con Todd, okay? Not Todd conning you. That's a thing to look out for, but it's a convention version of Todd. And then this Spawn is his original Spawn design that he made when he was 16.
Yep.
Oh,
it was totally that Spider-Man.
It's like wrestler Spider-Man. For some reason, he comes with bare feet. Todd in his video, Todd looked at the package and was like, "Oh, my designers played a prank on me because they're always complaining about how I don't wear shoes in the office." That's the reason for the feet. His designers were like, "Oh, sure, we'll design you into an action figure."
I mean, knowing the obvious jokes, it's kind of knowing the obvious joke. It's kind of nice for customizers with bare feet.
That's true. It is really nice for customizers. It's hilarious.
I did love he has like a sketchbook.
He comes with a sketchbook with his original Spawn design on it. Yeah.
I do love the context of this pic. It's like he's interviewing like the real Spawn, so it looks like he's like
Yeah.
he's like, oh yes, I'll make a whole
I don't know
comic
why,
about you.
but even though like most of the time, you know, Michael Jai White is who I immediately default to as
Spawn.
I do wasn't Keith David Spawn in the HBO.
Keith David was Spawn in the
Yes.
HBO, yeah, and
And-
Mortal
and
Kombat.
And the first thing that
Kombat.
and the first thing that comes to my mind is, so what do you think? Welcome to hell.
Yeah. No, Keith. I love Michael Jai White as Spawn too, but Keith David is my Spawn and always will be my Spawn. So like he's my Spawn voice whenever I'm reading Spawn comics. Oh, Todd also comes with a pencil. I just noticed.
Yeah, he got a whole drawing pen and everything.
I did. This is like a $50 2-pack. Oh yeah, it's Keith David was Spawn in Soul Calibur. Anytime Spawn needs to be voiced, Keith David will show up. You call him and he'll do Spawn.
Who knew a pizza would take me away from talking about Azrael?
Yep. Did you have any thoughts on Azrael? I'm not going to go put the picture back up, but you got
I don't know.
10 seconds.
I didn't get to actually see the figure. I didn't really get to see the figure.
Okay, I'll pull it back up just this one time. Just for you, Wheels. Just for you.
Side note.
I didn't get my damn.
Sutargo. It was not Keith David. It was Kevin Michael Richardson.
Oh, it's Kevin Michael Richardson in that game. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, he was Spawn for Soul Calibur 2 and Spawn Armageddon.
Okay, yeah,
It looks all right. It looks a lot better than the Mattel one. I don't know if the articulation will be better though.
I think it'll be about the same because it's Mattel. Mattel gave him like extra joints, but I don't know. It looks nice. I like the tech. The extra tech detail really works for this design.
Mateki, Wheels. Mateki said, "Wheels, go to Safeway or a Lucky FR pizza."
What?
Safeway or Lucky?
That's what
How was that?
Mateki's saying.
But that was a Safeway.
Safeway is like a West Coast.
Know.
No, it's a Midwest thing. Not even a West Coast.
Yeah, I know Safeway.
They don't even have Safeway here. Like you get to the Southwest, Safeway doesn't exist. I go one state north and it's
Safeway?
everywhere.
Is it like?
It's like a grocery store.
It's a store, yeah.
Is it a Midwest version?
It's like a Costco.
Yeah.
Yeah, supermarket stuff. Anyways, back to Spawn. So it is Spawn's 30th anniversary. That's why this 2-pack exists. Dear Toy Arc, why did you put so many images of this duplicated? All right, moving on. I gotta find the next thing. This is a they're calling it a remastered animated Commando Spawn from the Spawn animated line.
Which funny enough, it's not even based off the Spawn cartoon.
No, it's just figures in the animation style.
I do love the Spawn animated style. It's like so like it's not even Bruce. It's like Bruce Timm style to the extreme.
Yep, and that's kind of what they went for. So they're reissuing that guy with new colors and stuff. This is another Spawn. This is an older one that's being reissued, which is why he looks like. I'm sorry to say, it looks like crap. I hate this old style. He looks like he's about to fall over at any given time.
This is back when most of McFarlane stuff were just statues.
Yep. And then the last piece is this special edition autograph series. It's a new figure Spawn. It's a statue piece, again, in the old style. And it's based on Spawn 311, which cover was a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. So
I do love that. That figure looks great.
It looks great. Yeah, that's a brand new figure. All right, Cameron asked the hard question: what's the best version of Spawn in your Gunslinger Spawn? I'm not gonna fight anybody on this. It's Gunslinger Spawn.
I need to read that. I need to read that eventually.
It's funny. You can read Gunslinger Spawn without really reading any of their Spawn books. It really is.
Is that the whole point? Isn't that the whole point of all the different Spawns?
Yeah, I mean, Scorched, King Spawn, Scorched really tie into the main Spawn book a lot because they have Spawn as a character in it. But Gunslinger Spawn's just off doing his own little things. It's great. Hellfire's arrived! Yay!
These have to come in blister cards like the older Spawn figures, also.
Yeah, I like, and they're probably the reseal. Are they? No, they're not the resealable ones. They're the actual like straight up blister cards.
Yeah, blister. The pain of all packaging.
Gunslinger Spawn is a cowboy from the past brought to present day. He's great. He's awesome. I love his comic.
He's like the Spider-Man Noir for Spawn, practically.
Yep.
If you gotta compare.
And he actually makes me appreciate Brett Booth artwork, and that's an achievement. I didn't like Brett Booth's stuff at DC like at all when he was doing like Teen Titans and stuff. But like, but with Gunslinger Spawn, he's like excelling. It's like he's in his style. So Sudargo says, what's more likely to happen? God's new Spawn movie or the Image United getting completed? Probably Probably Spawn's movie, because it's gonna happen eventually, but like Image United's dead. That ain't coming back. Anyways, I'm gonna set up the next segment because we got 2 big news stories. I want to get everything like prepped ahead of time, and we'll go with
Commercial break.
little small commercial break. We'll be right back.
We'll be right.
And we're back with a vengeance. Actually, we're just back with Marvel Legends.
For your wallets, man.
Yeah.
With a vengeance for your wallets.
Surprisingly, I survived this Marvel Legends stream going, wow, I only need a couple things. So that's nice. I feel like I've changed my interest a little bit. All right, let's see here. Let's turn off the McFarlane tag and bring on the Marvel Legends fan stream. Look at that. I made it red and orange for some reason.
Hey, are those old school 90s?
Yes. So the next
Cool.
90s 2-pack for the Spider-Man animated series is going to be Doctor Strange, who did appear, I think, twice? Was he twice? Or was he only one episode?
Was he in the Secret Wars arc?
I don't think he wasn't in Secret Wars. I think he was just in the Carnage stuff.
Yeah, I think but he was a major player in a lot of the Marvel 90s universe stuff. Yeah,
he showed up in almost all the shows. And he's going to be in a 2-pack with good old plasma sucking Morbius. So, yeah, I don't. We already discussed this, and they actually mentioned it on the stream. And they're like, "Look, we legit are just putting 2 characters together to make a 2-pack. Like,
honestly,
it's just two people that we want to make. You know,
you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
a dartboard.
I would have thrown Morbius with a blade, but they're stupid.
I do think his
dartboard.
I do think his 90s design is probably his best design.
Yeah, I do think too. They probably didn't make Blade because they don't have the mold for Blade. They have the mold for these. These are reusing stuff.
Could they reuse? Like, could they modify the new Blade or no?
Nah, it's not the right parts. Corey Robinson says, I'll probably scour eBay just for Strange. That's also the best thing, too. Like, find a friend who wants just Morbius if you want Strange, and then just, split the pack, I think these, because of how they're specific to the 90s show, like, at least it's on theme for these to be sold together, right?
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much think of these as the NECA Turtle 2-packs, is pretty much what I always be the past.
And if you go to Walmart.com and snag them, Prowler is coming on a retro card with an unmasked head. So that's pretty cool. He's also an animated series style. Apparently Toy Arc did not screen cap the card back, but this is going to be, like Jeremy Carr says, like choosing, like a teacher choosing partners for a lab in class. Exactly.
Yep.
You get this, you get that. There you go. Prowler looks great though. I think it's a good update and a good way to get back out again.
This is what I probably picked because I didn't get the Richard Prowler. Was he part of the Spider Wave?
Yeah, he was part of the Spider Wave. I have him. He's pretty good. Yeah. So he's coming out. Target's getting a Carnage. This Carnage is going to be using the Absolute Carnage body with a new head and new weapon arms. And I'm like, I cannot bring myself to buy another Carnage. I'm good.
I might, because the new head and weapons are like a soul for me. Though it's kind of funny they're trying to mark this as 90s Carnage. It looks nothing like fucking 90s
It's
Carnage.
funny, yeah. It's on the retro card back, and they use the art of but they've already made a cartoon one, right? But the thing is, the retro card back, it's just like with X-Men, right? It's not based on the animated series, but the animated series card back for the toy line is. But the toy line also didn't match the animated series all the time.
I mean, it's weird because they have a modern style ballistic car for like the Miles. And
I don't know why they didn't just do that, but maybe Target was like, oh, they sell better. Like Target might be feeling the sting from those modern retros going on clearance, and maybe they didn't want they're like, no, go with the classic. It's more interesting looking. So good point. Mr. Nugi mentions we haven't gotten the movie Carnage. We've only gotten one Sony movie figure, and it was Venom.
Had to be some weird rights with the Sony.
It's gotta be. Or that Venom did not sell like they thought. I don't know. I thought it sold pretty good.
Remember, the Venom came out a year later?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it did.
So there has to be some weird rights.
They might be waiting to do Carnage when Venom 3 comes out.
I think it's also like, I think the only figure that people really want was Venom, because other movies are...
Nobody's going to want Morbius or Madam Web. Or the Dream Sequence Girls,
Carnage's look there, but...
Yeah. I'm good on Carnage. I bought Carnage too many times. I bought the last one because it had to build a figure part. I'm good, But this looks great.
Exactly.
This looks great if you don't know Carnage.
You know what this Carnage reminds me of? Alright, guys?
Which I don't have, actually.
By them using the Absolute mold.
Yeah.
And then slightly retooling it a bit. It just looks kind of like how Carnage did in the comic book.
Yeah, it's a comic Carnage for sure. It's not. I don't think it's supposed to be the animated one because they already did an animated one. I think they just put it on the animated card back for reasons.
I don't like the Absolute. I don't like the original Absolute design or mold, I should say. But like they at least made it look somewhat like Maximum Carnage.
That's what I like about it because they sculpted all the veins on him. Like it gave him a texture.
Right.
They also need to reissue this animated Spidey. They put him in these galleries like 3 times. All right, next figure. Oh wow, it's already like 6:20. In the comic storyline Empire, the Fantastic Four comic, while the Fantastic Four are off dealing with like cosmic stuff, Franklin and Valeria were at home trying to protect the Yancey Street, and there was a machine that allowed them to pull in reserve members of the Fantastic Four who were available, and so it teleported in Spider-Man and Wolverine. And so to go with the Franklin and Valeria 2-pack we got, last year we're getting Spider-Man and Wolverine to go with them, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. This is my favorite reveal of the whole stream, like legitimately.
I always thought you think this costume for Spidey looks like the MCU logo, the MCU Spidey logo.
It is kind of the MCU logo, and then like Logan's got the Krakoa X logo on it.
Is Spider-Man on the Renew Your Vow body or the Maverick body?
The Spider-Man is on the Amazing Fantasy body.
Oh, okay. Because it look a lot buffer or slimmer compared to the Renew Your Vow body.
Yeah, it's slimmer than the Renew Your Vows. The Renew Your Vows is bulkier for sure. Well, the thing is, Kyle, they on the like original looks for them having Fantastic Four uniforms from things like, when they're subs, in comics like New Fantastic Four and stuff, they would use the 4 logo. But in this comic specifically, they gave them their specific logos because Franklin and Valeria had their specific logos. So if they're looking as a team, like if you look at the team together here, everybody has a unique logo that matches them in the style of the Fantastic Four uniforms. So I think I've never had the Amazing Fantasy body, so this will be nice for that.
That's an older. I'm looking at. It's older Wolverine bulk. I see pins on it. So it's not
it is. It's the I want to say it's not the 97.
Is it the yellow suit? I was thinking like which one's a good. What's
I think it's the brown suit. I think it's the brown suit one.
Yeah, because I was thinking of like Wolverine costumes that don't have any extra things coming off of it.
Yeah, because it's not the yellow tiger stripes. It doesn't have the shoulder things. It's probably the brown suit.
Is it the yellow and blue outfit mold?
No, because the yellow and blue outfit mold is inset pins.
Pinless? Yeah, okay.
So, I don't have the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man because I have too many Spider-Mans. But this will be, I think this is a Pulse exclusive like Frank and Val were, or the fan channel or something. I don't remember.
Let Let me look.
It's not worth. It's not important. Secret Empire Captain America's coming out at Walmart.
No, a future date, no specifics. So
no specifics.
Idea
Okay. Cameron, I've done a list of my most wanted Marvel Legends, and the top 5 haven't been touched yet. I don't think. All right. Baron Zemo and Arnim Zola are coming back out again. Zemo is going to be. It's Heinrich Zemo this time.
Yeah, his dad. You got his dad.
Yeah, it's the dad. And then Arnim Zola here is basically just a reissue of the Build-A-Figure from 2012. So
well, just good because it's been a decade. So nice to see him out again.
It's a good way to reissue these guys. I'm just gonna move on though because
love Zemo because of his scarred, melted face.
Yeah, there's also a new Shield 3-pack of Nick Fury and
Nick Fury Jr.
Technically, Sharon Carter now on the. Is that the Black Widow body? That's the Black Widow body's out again. The one with the butterfly shoulders. So Sharon's out again, and then we got Dum Dum Dugan, who technically this is his first figure that wasn't a head swap. So
yeah, Dum Dum Dugan's great.
Yeah,
you gotta fight Godzilla.
Saying his name just always brings warmth in my heart.
I told you, Soundout.
I want this set just for Dum Dum Dugan.
You have
explain to the chat what I was telling you last night.
Oh yeah, last night I was like, I should get the Marvel Godzilla omnibus, right? And then Wheels was telling me about how Dum Dum Dugan chases Godzilla through a sewer, and I was like, I'm sold.
You know what you must do now is when you do the rundown of this pack, you need to have a scene with Dum Dum Dugan fighting a Godzilla now.
I will. I gotta do something like that.
Whatever Dum Dum Dugan's not on screen, everyone should ask.
Where's Dum Dum Dugan? I definitely want to get this because the Maria Hill and the Quake we got recently were so good. Like
honestly,
I'm all in.
just really surprised it took this long to do Nick Fury Jr. I get it's just Sam Jackson. I get it's just Sam Jackson by comic, but still, it's just weird they haven't done comic Nick Fury Jr. Honestly.
All right, so being shown for the third frickin' time, here's Red Widow again. I don't like this figure. I'm not excited about this.
Is she using the Shriek mold, or is she using the old female mold?
Shriek mold, but she's got this stupid ass cape covering half her body.
So I mean, it's reverse traffic cone because it's upside down.
it's a shoulder cone. Icarus from the Eternals because they think the Eternals is still a thing.
I didn't recognize him until my friend pointed out it was Icarus from the movie. I actually did remind me. It does kind of show me how not bad the internal movie suits were.
They really weren't that bad. I thought they did a good job.
I mean, really, the movie suit was just this well red.
Basically, he looks nice. You know, if you're looking for classic Icarus, Black Winter, which is an entity. That's the comic Icarus, Smith Crow. Black Winter is an entity that copied Thor's appearance during the whole time where Thor was a Herald of Galactus and stuff, and so that's what this is.
They just didn't want to reuse that mold because that mold is too specific.
Exactly. And then the why? I don't know why. Just like I don't like that we're doing Secret Empire Cap. Like Superior Iron Man is not something anybody wants to remember, right?
I know.
I don't.
I know some people do like the suit, and we were actually discussing on this on the Discord when the stream was coming.
Isn't the suit silver?
Well, it's weird because
it looks like Gumby became Iron Man to me.
I think it depends on the colorist scenario because there is sometimes.
Oh, so it's like a storm. It's like a storm situation where people think her suit's white, but it's actually silver.
Yeah, because some art definitely make it look silver, but some art make it color. Yeah, it doesn't make it look white. So it's one of those depends on the colorist scenario. I don't think it looks too bad, but I think they should have done a pearlescent white instead of just a straight white. I think that would have been a happy medium.
Makes sense. I don't like the idea of Superior Iron Man whatsoever, and I get annoyed. I get annoyed every time I have to remember that happened.
I wasn't too big.
Wasn't Superior Iron Man because of Access or whatever it was?
No, I think maybe.
Wasn't this during the Ruri when Ironheart era?
No, this was before.
Right? This leads into
that. It's why he dies so that she becomes Ironheart.
It's like 2014 or before.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were. I know a lot of people weren't.
You know what I'm talking about.
It has taken a long time to restore Tony Stark's rep from the whole period in time between Civil War 1 to Superior Iron Man is just the worst time for Tony.
Yeah. I was, even though I know a lot of people were
he was just a straight up villain in that era, you know?
Yeah. I know a lot of people. I know this argues us very
Yeah.
controversial, but I do glad they made it because it was a big hole for like Iron Man.
I mean, yeah, if you're collecting Iron Man, it's a big hole. My favorite part about it is he doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece.
Yeah, no, like I'm glad. I'm
Yeah.
just glad they're just making Iron Man the bonus figure because they know that
Doom when Doom became Iron Man, that was after this as well, because it was like he died, and then Doom and Riri became the Iron People. Like Riri was like the inheritor of Tony Stark's legacy, and then Doom was like, I'm going to be Iron Man because I'm not evil anymore. It was like post Secret Wars.
I like that name. Iron
Next
People.
one. All right, now we
Figure,
get this
the
wave
West Coast
starts
one.
becoming just amazing. All right,
Also
freaking
weird.
Wolfsbane. We got a Wolfsbane for X Factor. Finally. Oh my god. We talk about Power Rangers taking forever to make teams. They started X Factor in 2018.
Yeah, because they did the whole Strong Guy Build-A-Figure, right?
We got Multiple Man, then we got Strong Guy, and a Havoc and Polaris 2-pack in the same year. It was 2019. And then we got Quicksilver in 2019. And then nothing until now when we get Wolfsbane. Like, what? This has been like 5 years, I think, since Strong Guy.
Because wasn't there a Wolfsbane?
There was a New Mutants Wolfsbane that was a head and hand swap for Danny Moonstar.
Danny Moonstar. So this is actual proper Wolfsbane with the whole hair arms and everything.
And it's specifically the X Factor one to finish the X Factor team. Now we need Feral to finish X Force.
Yeah, this is a new mold also. Cause I'm trying to think, what other female?
Feral's probably going to reuse parts from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, we're finally getting her. Great. Now we got Cable. And at first they said Cable, and I was like, I don't care. I'm good on Cable. Then they showed me Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Cable, and I was like, no. Yes.
Well, because isn't this also animated Cable, right?
No, animated Cable was still using like the Rob Liefeld design.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking when they first revealed it, I thought it was meant to be a companion.
This is when Cable went from X-Force to X-Men.
Yeah.
And this was what the costume he had at the time they made Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Interesting, he has pins. I find it interesting.
Yeah, because they're still reusing the same like arm from the previous Cable.
Honestly, this is like my two Cable designs are always this or the Deadpool game era Cable design. So I'll probably pick this one up because I always love this design for Cable.
I have to get this one, but I don't mind getting this because he is the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 design. Right, Jerry? You always get me with MVC.
Yes.
So I'm trying to think.
That looks so good.
So I'm trying to think what's left in terms of specifically Marvel vs. Capcom designs left.
We still need a Blue Venom.
Oh yeah, Blue Venom, Tetley, yeah, and I guess a Red
Venom.
Yeah,
that looks like the game a lot.
And a Red Venom. And a Red Venom also, don't forget that.
Yeah. Well, we're not going to do a discussion on what's left from Marvel vs. Capcom because we got other news to get to, but then we got Kazar, and I'm like 99% happy with Kazar.
Is he a new mold or
no? He's on the Vulcan body, which means he has like a arm rotation, which means he basically like has flesh gloves.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's perfect. Like I'm excited. Give me Kazar, give me Savage Land, and then they're like, here's the Build-A-Figure. It's freaking Zabu, and I was like, damn it. Guess what I have to buy now? Red Widow, Black Winter, and Icarus. I don't want those three.
This wave is interesting. So I feel like this wave. I look at.
Let me get the whole picture of the wave up. Zabu looks amazing. So this I got it for a historical marker. Every wave since 2014, if it had an X-Men in it, the whole wave was X-Men. This is the first time we've had a mix of figures since the early Hasbro days.
You want to hear my theory on why I feel like this wave is so weird in terms of having like.
Do you also think that these were all figures that were meant to go with MCU figures to fill out waves, and then they just compiled it like this?
Yep, pretty much. Because since all the besides Deadpool 3 or Deadpool Wolverine, a bunch of the MCU films have been delayed to like
Zeltrax they legally can't. Yeah, no, I think this was all supposed to be like fill-ins for waves of movies that got delayed, and then they just made a comic wave. Because it's so random, right?
Yeah, because you got 2 X-Men, 2 technically Avengers, and 2 randos, and then 2 randos and such. So
because Kazar and Zabu are technically X characters because Savage Land stuff is X.
So it's
but as people pointed out, why was it not like G.I. Joe and Kazar and Zabu were a 2-pack?
That was probably the plan, I imagine.
I wonder if that seems like that would have been
Oh,
the
boy.
plan, and then it got turned into a Build-A-Figure because they needed to fill out this wave.
Yeah.
So.
Also, no. Like the last comic waves, this is
Fan channel and Amazon only. No Walmart and Target. Just like the last 2 comic waves.
Which I think is come to the point where I think the retail stores only want
Yep.
MCU stuff.
I only see MCU stuff in Target, so I think that's 100% what's happening. And maybe we're going to see starting to see MCU only waves and not doing the mix anymore.
Which honestly, I think I prefer at this point because
I don't mind it. I would rather have comic and MCU separate so that we don't. I don't want to buy MCU figures to finish a comic Build-A-Figure. I don't want to buy comic figures to finish an MCU figure. You know?
Yeah, because I always hated that because there's always gonna be people. I'm a movie only people, or I'm a comic only people, and they had to force buy so and so. So I think that if honestly they do this movie for, I think that's a smart move because I'm a comic only. Like
I did like it when the X-Men waves were just X-Men because it made my life easier. Because like I have if you guys haven't seen the collection tour, I have a heavy focus on X-Men. If there was 3 other X-Men with these 3 to make Zabu, I would be much happier than like having to buy 3 dudes I don't know what to do with, you know? But yeah.
Well, you don't have to buy Iron Man, so
I don't have to buy Iron Man. That's the best part. Questions for the chat real quick. Common Jojo also wants a ROM Marvel Legend. I'm waiting for that day to come. It feels like it's inevitable at this point because of the omnibuses.
I would like they stop doing Build-A-Figures also, but I don't know. There might be.
I feel like as soon as you stop doing Build-A-Figures, you stop making guys like Kazar or Icarus.
Yeah, because they're gonna shelf form. They're gonna be shelf form.
They can't sell themselves, right? That being said, when the Build-A-Figure is too obscure, like something like Mr. Hyde or the Controller, then that doesn't help anything either. Can we get Savage Land Rogue? Maybe. We'll see. We do need a Sheena the She-Devil. That's, I think, definitely going to happen. You know, I definitely think Sheena's going to happen at this point.
I'm just weighing at this point if we ever gonna get a Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. I don't care. It's the comic versions. I just want the characters.
Yeah, I don't know why there's 0 toys for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur.
Well,
they also showed Scar's knife as a tease. So.
You know why? Because I was thinking about this watching season 2. You know why? It's a cartoon. They hate doing toys for cartoons.
Yep.
2, it's a black character. And 3, it's a female-led show.
Yep.
That's the 3 reasons why there's no toys for that show. I hate it.
Outside of the 2 Funko Pops, which I bought because I will support it. Also, the Funko Pops are actually nice. I like the Devil Dinosaur Pop a lot.
Are they basically based on the cartoon or their comic?
They're on the cartoon designs.
Oh, nice. Oh, damn it. Oh, no.
Yep. The Devil Dinosaur is really nice. The Moon Girl's great, too, because instead of Funko Pop eyes, she has her, like, normal goggles.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So does it look like a pop, then?
She just doesn't have a mouth. That's, like, the only thing that makes her pop, like.
I could draw one.
Common JoJo, there won't be Conan Marvel Legends because Marvel no longer has the Conan license. It went to Titan again. Infinity War Tron says, truly want to note the behind-the-scenes development of this wave. Truly wild. Yeah, like we said, I think it was just figures from waves that got delayed, and then they're just recompiled. Master Ben says, idea for how to Soundout can display Icarus, have him held by Thanos in a 2007 scene. Yeah, that's an option.
Do you think they would do a Deadpool and Wolverine wave? Because
they're going to do a Deadpool and Wolverine wave.
Oh, I question it because that
even if it's R-rated, right? They're going to do a wave for it.
I imagine it has to be. Well, it's one of those things where they're like, I know back in the day they don't care, but do you think?
Yeah. No, I don't think they care now because it's Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I guess
they're two well sellers, you know.
Yeah, I was just one of those things who like. It's like I'm trying to think. Like I know.
Plus, don't forget, we got Deadpool 2 figures as part of that X-Men Anniversary line at Mass Retail.
That was a collector's line. Like,
but those were marked on the box 14+. Even though they're the same quality as the 4+ Marvel Legends that everything else is, they put 14+ in the box and then they were able to release it.
So I won't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Deadpool and Wolverine way is the same way, where it's like it's got a 14+ tag on it. But they're gonna do toys. There's no way they don't. All right, let's talk about I'd say the biggest news of the week is that Disney is giving up on physical media. In-house. See, I can lead you with headlines like that, but I don't like to do that often. Disney is no longer going to be self-producing their physical media releases. They have signed a deal that Sony Home Entertainment is now going to take over all of Disney's physical media business.
Oh
So
man, we release our streaming shows on this. Ew, that's gross. Quick, stop the presses. We don't want to do this anymore.
right. So first things first, this means that Sony will handle and oversee the authoring, compression of the discs, and they will work with replicators and packaging vendors, and they will oversee the titles as they go to distributors and on to retailers. This is going to be like a whole takeover of the whole process. This also means Disney Movie Club is closing in May.
Yeah.
And I'm
Ouch.
sad. I'm so sad because I saved so much money through Disney Movie Club.
I think what I'm more worried about.
And I agree with the digital bits here, where it says, we think this is a terrible idea. It'd be much better for Disney to let Sony take over Disney Movie Club and to ramp it up in order to more effectively communicate with diehard cinephiles who are now the core of physical media business. Like, I agree, because like this was like a way to get stuff directly to people without having to like mass retail it.
Well, what I'm worried about the most is there's a lot of stuff exclusive to Disney Movie Club. So like,
will that stuff ever get re-released? Who knows? And you also can't sign up for Disney Movie Club anymore. So
yeah, so you were like, oh, you hear this news, like, oh, damn, I need to go pick up those. Nope.
Legitimately, this put me in a depressive funk for about 6 hours last Tuesday. And
at least that means I can use Soundout's account before it closes to get those.
Yep, May 20th is the last day to order. But that's the sad part. I think that's the worst part about this. Now, this is promising for one reason. Sony Home Video, as I've talked about in the past, is the best, personally I think, the best studio-owned home entertainment division of the present day.
That Muppet 4K.
That Muppets Take Manhattan 4K is a perfect example. That was before they even owned any right to doing anything Muppets besides a couple movies. They gave it a 4K transfer that included all the legacy bonus features, audio commentary, the works, you know?
I was watching that 4K, and it was beautiful, but also uncanny, because you can see all of, like, the imperfectness of the Muppet puppets.
And because Sony Home Entertainment created Blu-ray, they know what they're doing with the discs. Right? So, this is interesting, because this is different than when Warner Brothers and Universal merged their home entertainment divisions into one and made studio distribution services that other studios work through now. This is Sony taking over the Disney library, and Disney's just handing it over. So Digital Bits, who's a longtime home entertainment person, said, I first received word of this deal about 2 weeks ago, apparently within 24 hours of the ink drying, and I've now confirmed with multiple independent sources in the industry, and everybody's confirmed it since, right? This deal makes sense for Disney for a number of reasons, not the least to mention that Sony is far more efficient and cost-effective at producing their discs, whereas Disney's physical media operation has been the subject to no small amount of internal organization/turmoil recently. This is the part I want to bring up. I know this is like leaning into like insider stuff and drama, but like a lot of this makes a ton of frickin' sense. Alright, first, they were trimmed down in late 2019, early 2020 after Disney's infamous and year-long 4K 8 Ultra HD title blowout, and they were subject to the cost-cutting pressures and personnel losses that major studios suffered during the COVID-19 pandemic. It hasn't helped that the studio's physical media operation, which is now almost an afterthought in the shadow of Disney Plus, has been organizationally tied to Disney's digital and streaming operation ever since. Based on reporting from multiple sources, what this has meant is that in recent months is that virtually every decision about which catalog titles to release on disc, which features to include on them, not to mention every technical decision that naturally arises during the course of production of these titles, requires scores of people to be involved at Disney. And the people who are actually working on the disc don't have decision-making power about anything. They have to kick decisions upstairs to their bosses, who have to kick it upstairs to their bosses, and so on. Multiple levels of management are involved, which means that the decision should take 2 people 5 minutes, instead take 30 people a week or more. This explains everything. Okay? This explains why the Marvel's 4K Blu-ray has 21 minutes of bonus features and a commentary. Because if everything has to be approved all the way up the chain to the top, who is going to put together a 40-minute documentary on the behind the scenes only for it to get denied and then have to be redone? No wonder everything sucked features-wise. No wonder they only do certain things with some discs. If it has to go all the way up this chain and get approved by 30 people, of course they don't do it. Of course it takes forever. And of course it took so long for the Disney Plus shows to finally get discs.
So here's the question I have for this.
Yes.
How good is Sony releasing series? Because that's the big
Pretty
thing
solid. Sony doesn't own that many series, but here's a good example. The Spectacular Spider-Man Blu-ray. Complete series, 4 discs, bonus features.
And on a Blu-ray.
And on a Blu-ray, exactly. What I see this is that
it's the most spectacular thing to ever happen to that show.
So the thing is that when it comes to this, decision to move to Sony for Disney stuff, what I'm hoping is that Disney is just like, you get to release our catalog, and then Sony can just do stuff. Because the one thing that could really make this suck is if Disney has to sign off on everything Sony does.
Cameron, no, this doesn't mean Sony will take over Disney. Did you just take it over?
Cheese.
Just Disney's physical media business.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that Sony could be way more efficient at releasing stuff than Disney because Sony actually gets stuff out, older titles, newer titles, all kinds of stuff. There's more bonus features on a Spider-Man MCU movie than the rest of the MCU movies combined.
Unless you're No Way Home.
Unless you're the No Way Home extended cut and the fact that the bonus features are locked away in a vault by Kevin Feige. Disney owns 90s Spider-Man. So the thing is,
who knows? Maybe the Sony Spider-Man film will find like a consistent spine art.
Yeah, maybe a lot of things. There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of potential. It just depends on if Disney's going to kneecap Sony at every turn, right? So let's see what happens. Now the other big thing is that because it kind of goes into like Disney's sitting on a bunch of stuff they never released and all yada yada yada. We all know that. The sad part is that they're closing Disney Movie Club. But there is some more details. We have some more details here. There's a second article. Disney is transitioning to a licensed physical media distribution model with an agreement with Sony. With this being said, I do wonder if Sony may also sub-license to some other companies. Like, say, Disney or Sony's like, oh, we're a little stacked on stuff. Hey, Arrow Video, you want some of these Fox titles? Hey, Criterion, you want some Fox stuff? Hey, Shout, do you want some stuff? Like, that could happen, too, now that the seal's undone.
Because I was thinking, because I think, something like Prey, so they haven't got a home media release.
Prey did get a home media release.
Oh, who released it? Was that
Disney actually did release that.
Okay.
Yeah, that did get a Blu-ray. I even got a 4K Blu-ray. Alright, as part of this deal, Sony will market, sell, and distribute new Disney releases plus catalog titles, so old and new stuff, on 4K, Blu-ray, DVD, etc., to consumers through retailers and distributors in the US and Canada. So, if they're going to be marketing it, I imagine they have say as to what they're going to release, which is good. I think it's good because Sony actually listens to people. The shift is consistent with other strategies that Disney is working to implement company-wide and exemplified by the company's recent transitions in other markets. Per usual, Disney regularly evaluates their approach to the physical media market as the home entertainment business industry at large continue to evolve. The agreement allowed Disney to continue offering its film and TV shows via physical media retailers and distributors, and most importantly, to disc consumers more efficiently. The transition for Disney handing over to its physical media operations to Sony has recently commenced and will probably take several months to complete. It's probably going to be a dry year for Disney releases, is basically what this says. As everything works its way over, they're going to prioritize the new stuff, and then everything else is probably going to... It's going to be late this year before we see anything catalog-wise.
So I'm assuming... So is those like that with the Falcon Winter Soldier and Mando season 3?
All those are probably on hold now.
Yeah, but do you think the original Disney versions are canceled practically?
Yeah. If those, were, and who knows, this deal may maybe the reason why we started hearing about Sleeping Beauty 4K and Falcon and Winter Soldier and Andor and all that was because it may have been also that they were working a deal out with Sony and things are going to get rolling. This is also interesting. The first Disney title to be managed by Sony and physical media will be The First Omen, a 20th Century Studios movie, which releases in April, and there's no date on the digital and physical. The interesting part here is it's not going to be the digital side. Disney's still going to be doing digital distribution. It's just going to be the physical side. Cameron asks, what convinced Disney to do this? Disney doesn't want to pay to make physical media anymore. They see that there's money to do it, but they don't want to put their own resources into doing it anymore.
Yep. Again, it's we release our Disney Plus shows and home media.
Yep.
Ew, let's not do this anymore.
Mr. Tanuki, that's a good question. Mr. Tanuki asks, do you think this will also end with Disney Insiders shutting down as well? It's possible because the rewards on there have started to get really weak. Kind of as weak as some other stuff. They don't have an app. The mobile app for Disney Movie Insiders is dead now. So I wonder if that service is just not going to... I don't know. You still get points for movie tickets. So I don't know if it'll go away permanently. But Marvel Insider I thought was going to die when they were just like, here, the only rewards are giveaway entries. But like, it's still doing it. And yeah, like Hellfire said, I'm surprised that Disney Movie Club didn't roll over to Sony. That would have been really smart. But I guess they just didn't want to do that. Adding to this was like right after. Barnes & Noble, at several of their stores, is going to be adding a dedicated Disney DVD and Blu-ray section. So I think, this should quell any worries that Sony's going to release less stuff than Disney did if Barnes & Noble is feeling confident in adding a new section specifically for it. So
Pretty much.
I wonder if Best Buy is looking at this like,
Best Buy's probably looking at this like, wow, we're kind of stupid, huh?
Exactly.
Best example.
We moved too quick.
Yep.
Best example of this is with the Disney stores being like shutting down. Targets had been getting like a Disney store section in the toy aisle practically. So I imagine it's similar to this, maybe.
I think so. It'll be like a specialty featured section. Because like Barnes & Noble's home media section is like some of the only places you can buy Arrow Video and Criterion in person. But the only best time to do it is when they sell at list price. So if you're going to buy Criterion and Arrow stuff at Barnes & Noble, keep an eye out because they'll do 50% off list price sales. And you can get some really good prices on stuff. So, I think that's about it on the Disney Sony news. Do you guys got any like last thoughts?
What's this mean for Disney? Like
nothing, really. Honestly,
nothing. Okay.
It really just.
I think they're just gonna. Disney's gonna just continue to operate as normal. I think
people are gonna be like, Sony's gonna backdoor something weird.
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Sony can't.
I think what they're. Watch this deal be with Disney doing the physical media with Sony. Sony's gonna be like, all right, so now. This is just going to allow them to probably do better partnerships with the Spider-Man license, probably.
I think so.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think this is them brokering a deal with the Spider.
That's part of it.
Still have.
I think it's definitely part of it.
Part of me really just wanted to just be Muppets.
I think Sony would actually do something with Muppets because they seem to actually care, considering how well they did the Muppets Take Manhattan.
Yeah, imagine a 4K
this is one
like
of those
Muppets
weird things where, if I recall, and I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Original Jim Henson Muppet stuff is liked in Japan. It's just all the other.
Why are we bringing up Japan?
Tertiary stuff.
Okay, well, Japan has nothing to do with this.
Why are you bringing up Japan?
Sony. Well,
no, because Sony Pictures is a U.S. based company.
Okay, I was gonna say
they don't have any interaction with the Japanese headquarters.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like.
No, they're not. They're not connected at all. Like Sony owns, like Sony in Japan owns it all, but the film and TV branch that Home Entertainment's under is its own thing and it's US based.
Okay, because I assume that they like they have to work.
Yeah, they're not. It's not like Bandai. It's more like they're like a completely separate little company.
Something new because I was like,
yeah, no, it's an easy distinction to mix up for sure because they don't.
Yeah, that's what I was assuming. Because I was assuming I just assumed the big wigs in Japan were like, oh shit, Muppets.
No, I don't think the Japanese side had any say in this. I think it was all because like Sony Pictures and Sony Home Video just seem to operate independently of Sony, the rest of the company. Alex Ashbourne says, "Is it possible Sony would release a Disney Movie Club exclusive to the public?" I think they would. I think there's several, and they totally would. Some of them no, though. Like I don't know. Like I think the Three Caballeros being a Disney Movie Club exclusive was weird because they sell a bunch of merch for those every Christmas in the parks, but like. Weirder things have happened. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're kind of like just hitting speculation point at this time, so I think we're ready to move on. Yeah, it is weird though that Disney was suddenly releasing TV shows on disc, and then we're like, nope, we're out. Like, okay. Ooh, do you think Sony would do Disney movie packs? I think they would. Disney definitely did not like bundling their movies, but like Sony loves doing that. Have you seen the Columbia Picture Classics sets that are like 100 movies or whatever?
Well, because if they do a Renaissance pack, how many films would that be? Little Mermaid up to what?
Little Mermaid through
Emperor's New Groove at the very least.
You could. Like they could do it. Sony loves doing bundles. Sony loves bundles. All right, let's move on to some other Blu-ray news because I think we're ready to. We got to get the show on the road. It's 7 o'clock. All right, Blu-ray news brought to you by the Colors of Watermelons. I don't know. I just went with. I don't know. This is kind of double colors actually. All right.
Well,
Starting off, we have Naruto Shippuden Set 3 is coming out in May. It should have been April, according to the current track, but apparently disc replicators are backed up, which is why like nobody's releasing anything in April except for like that Kamen Geats set and a couple other stuff. Like a lot of companies are just like, screw it, we'll just release it in May. Viz is releasing this. I don't know what episodes it contains because we don't have an image of the back cover, and Crunchyroll Store hasn't put it up yet, which is where we usually get the details.
What episode did set if you have set 2? What episode
set
did
2 ended at like, let's see, set 1 was 27, set 2 ended at like, they're usually about 27 episodes a set, but set 2 ended about like I think 54, so this is gonna be like 55 to 70 something,
something like that.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, Mutekia will have to buy the boat arc eventually. There's going to be 18 volumes of this, so we're just getting started. Once we get past episode 155, though, the show's in native HD, and I imagine they're going to come out a lot quicker because they won't have to upscale them.
Yeah, because the fact they remastered these sets, which is impressive.
Yeah, they're doing an upscale. It's not like a full like restoration because it's a digital show, but
these are brand new to the US.
Brand new to the US. Japan does not get the upscale Blu-rays currently. We're the only ones getting them. So good on Viz. And the artwork's always new because it's done by Studio Pero. They do the artwork for the covers.
They connect like.
Yeah, they connect next to each other.
Yeah, not like spine. It's front cover connect, not
front cover connect, and then the spines show you which volume you're on, which I think is really really cool.
For the Naruto one, didn't they have like? Was it like the first like from like Zabuza to Sasuke Retrieval? That was one.
Yeah,
image,
it's four. It's every 4 volumes. It's one image every 4 volumes.
So
set 1 through 4 was one image. 5 through 8 was one. And I think Shippuden 1 through 4 will be one image, and then they'll just do.
This is gonna be what? Is gonna be 18 sets for Shippuden? So that's like what 4 separate images, probably. Maybe
4 times 4 is 12, so like 6 separate images.
6 separate images. My God.
Like that.
Wait, what did you just say? Sound out?
4 times 4 is 16, not 12. Why did I say 12?
Yeah,
4 times 4 is 16. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do about those 2 extra. Are the last 2 gonna have like one connecting image? It's just about like the ending arc.
Probably.
Master Ben, we're not going to cover the Transformers listing leaks, just the physical leaks, but we'll get there.
Because
if you want to talk about the leaks, just go watch that 4-hour stream I had last night.
Exactly. All right, Discotek Media announced that
you got to go like 2 hours and 25 minutes.
Wheels after stream. I recommend linking that in the Discord if you want to check that out.
Yep, Muteki linked a bunch of clips of it, but link the whole thing so that we can. If you guys want to hear us, Wheels and I talked about the listings last night. I don't like talking about listings too much because when you read Leader Class RID Scourge, you get excited, and then when you see the toy, it's the worst thing that happened to your life.
Oh, stuff happened last night.
You're never letting that go, are you?
I'm never letting that go until they get me a good one. Okay. Zeltrex, no. You should also watch TJ Omega's coverage, but not instead of our coverage. Anyways.
Hey Digimon, Hey
Digimon. Discotek said we're not doing any releases in April because replicators are backed up, so let's just release a ton of stuff in May. And my brain exploded. And my wallet. So, first things first, Digimon Season 2, second season of the English dub. It is going to be releasing in May, like the last week of May. This contains all 50 episodes of Season 2. It's finally approved and ready to go, and I'm so excited. I got my order. I got my copy pre-ordered.
This is my first time pre-ordering something.
Yay!
Because I knew it's gonna come back with it. I missed out getting the English Digimon set.
Yeah.
And I regret that. So I'm like, I'm making sure I'm getting this one, especially since I love 02 more. So I'm making sure I'm getting this.
Season 1 is definitely not out of print. It's just
it's coming back, but it's like it's currently out of stock right now.
And I think if you order this through Crunchyroll Store, you like get free shipping because of the price.
So
you can just order it by itself. Yeah. It's actually not new art, Zeltrax, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple, the Attack of Darkness sequel series.
Finally.
That's finally coming out.
I've been waiting to see those in English forever.
Mm-hmm. IGPX, both the Toonami and Production IG versions in one set. I was going to buy this. I was going to buy this, but Crunchyroll store puts a pending charge on your account for the full amount for like 3 days, and I just didn't have enough to pre-order this.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I don't look. I noticed that my bank is like, wait, why haven't $60 gone?
Yep.
Oh, that's why.
All weekend I had no money, and I was like, it's not like I was going out anyways, but
I did saw. I think it was Mark from Discotek said this. I would say this, people, if you're interested in and you're like, oh, maybe I want this, I do say pick this up because remember this is a Warner Brothers IP.
Yes.
And we know how they're like.
This hopefully is not like the next J9 trilogy.
I really hope.
Yeah. But
not.
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably going to go... I got to check my account and see if Crunchyroll store lifted the pending charge so I can order this.
Yeah, again, I say get this as soon as you can if you really want this, people, because again, this could, when it goes out of print, there's no way like this kid's coming.
I don't think it's going to get a license renewal, basically. All right. Belladonna of Sadness is coming out on 4K. It's the only anime 4K confirmed for the year because Discotek's the only one doing anything with the 4K in anime. God, we're in bleak times.
Yeah.
This is an obscure film, but it looks gorgeous. Oh my god, I ran to Crunchyroll store and ordered this. This ended up in my cart before Digimon. It's Lightspeed Electroid Albegus.
It's like, I know, we Digimon that got you
The
there.
show Digimon, I saw the Digimon GIF and I was like, okay, and I started scrolling through the thread, and then I saw Albegus, and I hit click, and I hit add to cart, and then I was like, wait, let me go check and see what else I need to order. Like, my brain shuts. I love this show. I'm so freaking excited.
If you want to know, sounds lovely.
Yes.
So go check out the Discotek Day stream we did
Yep.
a while back.
Go check out this. I talked about it for like a half hour.
Backstory. Yeah,
Yep.
for the full backstory on this show and Soundout.
We're also getting the Hurricane Palomar live action movie. I've actually seen this before. I'm excited to get this and review it because it is a Tokyo release. Speaking of which, my Charavan Blu-ray shipped today. I had no issues getting a Crunchyroll store order to ship this time. Yay!
This is the most Koichi Sakamoto movie, from what I heard.
It is. It really is. It's got everything. Skirts, muscular men without their shirts, sweat, explosions, high wire work.
Female fights.
Female fights. Specific.
Man, I really noticed that when I was watching Ginga S and then the Ginga X crossover.
you know when it's Koichi if you watch enough Tokyo. And then this movie, which I can't say the name of on screen. Or out of my mouth. Anyways, there's that. And then Chie the Brat TV series Volume 1. So there was just like a ton of stuff from Discotek.
Sound later on Discord. They got me. What do you mean they got you? Nice guy.
Yep. All right. Now, I did want to highlight this. They did a thread for IGPX as well, but I don't really have the time to go through both of these, I don't think.
It's similar work they did with Digimon.
So let's just go with Digimon. They showed some clips. Guys, if this doesn't convince you that the Discotek Blu-rays need it to happen, nothing will.
Look at the master.
This was the master file they got.
Wow. They got artifacting and everything in that.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and no, this is the US. This is not the Japanese Blu-ray. These are the English masters, the English dub masters, and they're horrible.
This is off the DVD, guys. The left shot is from the new Video Group DVD.
Yep, and my God, look at it.
Spit the Crow. I actually own the live-action Kashan movie, but I haven't actually watched it, and I need to. It's in my stack.
It's like we're watching YouTube videos all over again, guys, cut into parts.
Here's another shot where it's just like they've really cleaned this up. Media necromancy skills is a great way of putting it, Peacemaker. So there's some screenshots. Here's the fun part. The new video needed to match the edit of the dub, but Digimon in English had unique moments of English overlays and other elements. So they were either upscaled to match new footage or recreated.
Which is really impressive.
They literally just made this again because there was no way to upscale what they had.
Which is really shows how much love and hard work they put.
Thank you for the correction, Alex Ashburn. Chie the Brat is the first TV series, not the first volume. It is the full first series. But yeah, they went and redid all this stuff. Because they're great. And they love Digimon. They also confirmed they've restored the several missing recaps, including the first episode recap where it shows like where all the adventure kids are. That has been missing since the original broadcast.
Yeah, for what,
So-
like, if you watch the, I think didn't they say they use like either edit their own version or they
Yep.
use like the Japanese masters? Or something
Yeah,
like
but
that
they found the
there?
audio for it as well, specifically. That was kind of like missing. There's also 100 production images in a gallery.
Which
So-
again, it's impressive because Digimon, as we commented before, Digimon art is rare. Like official Digimon
Yep.
art is like really rare. So
And
it's
they
nice
somehow
that
pulled it all together. The other thing that was interesting is that the cover art of Davis and Vmont is from the first Digimon DVD in Japan. The first DVD ever made for Digimon in Japan was Volume 1 of Adventure 02. Toei remastered the art so we could have a fun cover that matched Season 1 in style and doesn't use the often seen profile art as the DVDs did. Toei remastered the art is weird words to hear, okay?
Right.
Because it's similar to what Parrot did with. Well, I mean, not similar
Totally
because
putting in work
Parrot,
to help release
Parrot just
overseas.
Parrot did
Yeah.
a new image, but still, the fact that Toei went in and redrew the Davis and Vemon
Yep.
for this set.
Toei
really
actually
shows-
did work for this, guys.
Yeah.
That's how much
Man,
they
that's
care
the whole-
about Digimon more than, or how much money Digimon makes them over Toku stuff.
I mean, it really because I remember the reason why it took a while because they needed so much approvals. I think that shows
Yep.
why they needed so much. The fact that they
Exactly.
had to remake so much assets, which is why the
That's also why they had to
approval-
wait for approvals, because they had to prove that they weren't like using fan works and stuff.
Mhm.
Yep. All right. This 2024 will be the last year that Discotek's going to print the Grimm's Fairy Tale Classics. So if you haven't bought it yet, now's the time. They're not like out of print yet, but they're saying, hey, this year is the last year we're doing print runs of these. So
Mhm.
good to know.
Yeah, which means I have to go get season
Yep.
2 because the time I almost got them for a good deal, somehow season 2 sold out, and one was just left there. I was like, what?
All right, and then added to their list of out-of-print stuff on their website includes Blu-rays for Angels 3-Piece, Anti-Magic Academy of 35th Test Platoon, Blackjack the Movie, Caligula, Kaminomo Friends Season 1, Konosuba Season 1 and Season 2, Magical Girl Ore, Michiri Neko, To Be the Hero and To Be Heroine, Yamauchi Pedal, Grand Road, and New Generation, as well as the SD Blu-rays of Cyborg 009, The Cyborg Soldier, Elemental Jalad, Moncoli Knights English dub, and The Law of Ueki. So those are listed as out of print. Adjust plans accordingly.
The Cyber, that's the
Game.
2000 series, right?
That's the 2000 series, yes. The one that they had to
That's
find the tapes for.
That one I might have to buy because I know that
It's a good set. Really good set.
They had because they hunt for those because it was lost. That was the English dub was lost for the longest time. They managed to recover all.
Yeah, they recovered all of it. They had to find all the VHS tapes of it.
Yeah, so
but if you want any of these sets,
imagine,
get them as soon as possible because they are out of print.
Imagine if Discotek was able to cut a deal with Mill Creek and Subaraya so they could go hunt down supposedly the full dub of Tiga that aired in the Middle East.
What was it?
Supposedly, nobody knows for sure if it aired, but we do know that the full dub of Tiga was produced because people that worked on it have said that it was fully produced.
Was it also like Tiga and was it Ultra 7? The Ultra 7, what Ultra 7 dub was half as lost, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one that Ultra 7 dub that aired in TBS, people have not been able to recover the entire thing.
Yeah.
So, anyways, those releases are out of print, so adjust accordingly. All right, Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 2 is arriving April 23rd because they're bum rushing this thing. Part 1 was in January, Part 2 was in April, Part 3 is probably in July.
Someone who watched the first part, it's not good.
The big news of this part is that Batman Beyond will be in it, and Will Friedel's playing Batman Beyond.
That's good to hear at the very least.
I'm glad they got him back because that's nice. Anyways, moving on. I got nothing. I got nothing, guys.
The movie's not good.
Crisis on Infinite Earths is my favorite comic book of all time. Period. 100%. Like, it's the reason I'm a DC fan. That movie hurts me.
You told me your favorite comic book of all time was One More Day or One Last Day.
Say, if you're not even gonna get the name right, I'm not even gonna fall for the bait wheels. Next time, get the title right. It's One More Day. Okay, One More Day.
Listen. It's just a bad comic book in general. That's the
joke. Is.
Next.
All right, next up, we're gonna Russian roulette some Figuarts news. I'm gonna start with the easiest one, and then we're gonna go backwards because that's what we're doing here. All right. So, if you are missing any secondary Kamen Riders from the Heisei, late Heisei era, Kamen Rider Mach, Brave, onward? I got this. Kamen Rider Mach, Brave, Gates, Cross Z, and Spectre are coming back out again. They are essentially the same as they were before. Spectre doesn't have the icon set. Gates comes with his axe this time in both forms. And Cross Z is retail.
Oh, yeah, because he was P Bandai. And
for some reason, Cross Z's base form was P Bandai. Cross Z Charge was the retail one, and now Cross Z is going to be retail this time. So
they did the same thing with his. They did the same thing with his
luckily I can finally
figure.
go get that SOB.
They did that with his. Yeah, it was so weird. Also, like, what do you mean Geeson came with his
Gates did not come with his axe. That came with the bike.
What? What?
Yes, Zio and Gates, their weapons were both with the bike. Their recent reissues did come with the weapons, though.
That's good, at least.
But yeah, I'm probably gonna grab Cross Z because I love that design and character, and it's been inaccessible because that should never have been Premium Bandai.
You like something from Hill?
Yeah. All right, let's go backward in time to nope, not there. All right, SH Figuarts Ace Killer is coming out in a set called the 5 Stars Scattered in the Galaxy, which is going to be like this. Ace Killer and these crosses. Surprisingly, it's on P Bandai US. Hey, we're actually getting Ultraman Figuarts more consistently now.
And you come with the crosses, so you too can recreate the infamous scene.
Yep. So this set comes with Ace Killer.
Let's talk about
his weapon, his beam effect, his other beam, that beam, the robot Ace parts, the 5 crosses, so you can put the Ultras on there.
Best part, you can put any
about
figure.
how this was a nightmare back during Ultra Act era.
Yep. And now it's getting a new release for $200, $195 plus shipping.
In the Ultra Act, so in the Ultra Act era, this is how bad it was. So
make it short. We don't have much time.
Separately.
Make it short, please.
Make it short.
Ace Killer at retail. I'm literally stop cutting me off.
Go.
No, okay. Anyways, originally Ultra Act released Ace Killer, and they were about I think a year apart. Then 2 or 3 years later, right at the end of Ultra Act's line, they released the cross set, and I think it was with Robo Ace as a separate figure versus it just being a part set. So this here technically is a lot better because we get freaking everything. Ace Killer, all the parts, Robo Ace add-on part, and the crosses. Now, honestly, they could have just made the crosses a separate thing with all the accessories and made Ace Killer.
It's a complete package. It's a complete package.
Yeah,
because Ace Killer's only in that 2-parter, so it makes sense.
Yeah, because there's also a thing though where previously they've released aliens and monsters separately, and then did a special pack later with everything, with Balton and I think Pandon. Because this one here is great. I mean,
maybe they'll do a variant of Ace Killer as a single release later.
As maybe Ace Killer.
Yeah, maybe Ace Killer.
Or Victory Killer.
Yeah.
Well, I would like the crosses. I kind of just want an Ace Killer figure more.
Same here.
The best part of the crosses is you can put any figure in those crosses.
It's true.
You
could put Kamen Rider Majed's Sun Unicorn, the other figure that went up. So that's my transition. We're moving on.
That's gonna be a spoiler for Gotcha at the end.
Anyways, Majed, didn't we talk about her last week as being announced? Yeah.
Now same with King Cold.
She's up. She's $75. I'm gonna buy her. It's funny they put Valvarod's Kemi armor here when we know he's gonna get a Rider Figuart later, which is what I'll buy.
Is she cheaper than Gotchard himself?
Gotchard's also $75, so they're the same price. Okay. P Bandai US does charge up front, and it's usually, I believe, most times it's $10 shipping. It's always been $10 shipping flat rate for me. So, King Cold is $150 because boy big.
He's big.
I don't remember they put the fancy images down here. So here he is, King Cold, big old Frieza guy, and it's weird. He comes with a throne, and they list him coming down here. You can see seat parts, right? He comes with a throne. They don't put the throne on the US images, nor the Mecha Frieza or anything.
That's weird.
Half the pictures are missing from the Japanese listing. But
does he come with Trunks' sword, or is that they're using another Trunks' sword?
I think he comes with that sword.
Which is nice because
not only does he come with Trunks' sword, but SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Series range of motion allows him to wield it with 2 hands. Yeah, so he does come with it.
Nice.
So Psycho, I haven't pre-ordered Saga yet, but I'm going to try. Okay, there is a new Super Saiyan Son Goku effects part set. This is for the teleport Kamehameha. It's got a big old energy thing plus a Kamehameha.
This is just the Figuarts version of the Dragon Sword's power-up set, pretty much.
Basically.
It's like the same. The only difference, it comes with the floating stand thingy.
Floaty stand thingy, and it comes with an extra head for the Goku. Neat.
I do like you can put the aura effect on the stand, because
that is
they
nice,
do that in
yeah.
the series, so that's cool.
Alright, SH Figuarts Nami from a Netflix series One Piece is coming out in August. Pre-orders open March 4th. She's 9,900 yen. There she is. She's looking better than the first shot we got of her.
Definitely.
And she comes with faces for Luffy and Zoro. So
that's nice.
That's pretty cool. I'm waiting for the anime one.
Cursed.
What was that?
So these live action ones are so effing cursed outside of Maken Ryu's.
And the reason why is because you're seeing the like hand painted protos versus the digital printed like faces that the finals will have. Yeah, like with all the live action Figuarts, because I noticed with Indiana Jones looked creepy as hell in the solicitation photos for the Figure but in hand it's like the best Harrison Ford figure around.
Yeah, in hand, these figures always look better in hand than in photos.
Moving on.
Maken Ryu, they had a lot of time to work on because of Saint Seiya.
That's true. They've had his face scanned for a while. Also releasing in August will be SH Figuarts Itachi Uchiha Narutop 99 edition. This is a new Itachi figure because we had one in the old line that was a plastic robe. This robe is now cloth. Thank God. I love this.
He's no longer our traffic cone.
Exactly. He looks amazing. I think he is like Jiraiya more like Minato, where he reuses some molding of the old figure, but is mostly new. It's not like Jiraiya is just the old figure with new faces. This is mostly new.
I remember you said it really feels like it when.
Yes. As decided upon in our last night on Wheels' stream, I think I'm going to review Obito, Orochimaru, Jiraiya, Kurama Link, Naruto, like in one video. Like we're just going to do a roundup.
I think that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got too many otherwise. It's just I don't want to do them individually. Other people do them individually. I want to do them in a group batch. All right, we're gonna switch over to we got a whole batch of King Oger news. So we're gonna get into this.
Question, because I might have to head off now. What's left?
It's King Oger news and then some Transformers leaks where I talk about Beast Machines.
I don't really have any comments on King Oger, but I'll say Hasbro. I'll say what's the whole Transformers stuff. I feel like the reason
Hasbro needs to make some reveals already, right?
I think the reason why they haven't done any reveals because I think it's one of those they don't want to stop the momentum on Omega Prime. Because I feel like it's one of those.
Yep.
If they do any advertising, any other figure, that'll take the attention away from Omega Prime. Because even though that's practically almost funded, so they want that to be everybody's main attention in terms of buying stuff. So I feel like that's the main reason why. But so it's kind of getting ridiculous.
They want to make this everyone's attention. They should have laid off having all these things in the pipe anyway.
They should they should have actually put a gap in the product to do that, as opposed to I think
it's one of those classic scenarios. These were already on the boat.
Yep, and it's poor corporate planning as usual. All right,
but yeah, I have to head off now.
See you later, Ryan. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you next week. Promote your stuff before you leave.
Follow me at Darko643 on YouTube too. I do art commissions like the one you see this very channel. You want any? Feel free to DM me on either Twitter or on Sales Disco Protocol. Link in the description below. Remember to like the stream, everybody, and have a nice night, everyone.
Bye, Ryan. Common Pikachu, you did miss the Blu-ray news. Common Spidey, I thought the King Oger finale was fantastic, and apparently so did Toei, because they heard the cries of the fandom. The last 3 episodes will be compiled into a movie, and that movie will be airing on the Toei Tokusatsu fan club in Japan, which is great, because I think that'll be really cool to watch. I'm looking forward to that. So, that's pretty much it on that news. Do you guys have any thoughts on this being a movie? Makes sense? It's very cinematic. Cool, I'll take the silence as a... I'll take the silence as a that's cool, and then we move on, right?
Yeah, basically. Look at them. Look at them.
Look at them. Look at that freaking crowd shot. You don't get stuff in Sentai. That's never happening again for years.
We're not getting CG backgrounds in the new one, right? Good.
No, it's all practical sets again. I'm so excited. All right, now
my only thing really.
Coinciding with the finale for King Oger, the Memorial Edition Oger Caliber is getting an expansion. there will be up for sale on P Bandai is going to be 5 chips. You can order them as a set of 5, or you can pick your favorite King Oger. It's the Memorialize data cards. So the way these are going to work is that each card contains voice lines and music that aren't in the Oger caliber. And the way it works is you plug them into the Oger caliber, and then it switches it into a mode that's for each specific King Oger. Price... DLC. Yeah, it's like a USB card thing, yeah. They look like DIM cards, but they don't download data the way DIM cards do. But they look like that. So, Kyle says, how much are these? I believe the set of 5 is like 12,000 yen, and then they're like about 2,500 yen a piece, I believe. I know Tokulectables has pre-orders up for them. I'm not sure if I want the whole set. I kind of just want, like, one of them, and I haven't decided which one I want. But if you're wondering the contents, I had to put together a gallery because no one really reposted this part of it. All right, so here is the first one here is the Gira-themed Shugadam set, which this is... let me get on the right tab here. This set is going to be...
This one?
This one's probably the one that I think most people are going to be like hyped about. It's going to contain voices of Gira and Raculus. It's got their big showdown in it. The tracks are going to be the BGM track Raculus's Conspiracy and the insert song Inferno. Inferno is just amazing. So like I kind of want to get this one just for Inferno. To be honest, that song's amazing. Dear Discord, why don't we let me OBS is not letting me skip ahead on the gallery here. What is going on? OBS, we're on a roll here. It took away the controls for the slideshow. It took them away. What the heck? I guess I'll just talk about the others without the images, because for some reason OBS does not want to do the slideshow. Always play? Is that it? How do we... Why is this not working? Anybody want to help? This... Okay. Let me just turn that off, turn it back up. I used to have controls when I set this up earlier, but now it doesn't want to work. All right, you know what? Let's just go back here. I'll just tell you guys with words. All right. The Shugadam one's already sold out on Tokulectables. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Okay. So we'll just not worry about the screenshots. The second one, the Noscoptopia one, is going to be Yanma and his like little buddy dude with the circular hair thing. So they'll have voice lines, and it will have the BGM track for Noscoptopia, the Nation of Technology, and the insert song Try and Fight. I really like Try and Fight, so I'm kind of tempted to get that one. The Himino one will have the BGM track I Will Do As I Wish and Stride Down My Own Path, which is kind of her song, and then World Is Mine, which is her insert song. The Rita one breaks the format a little bit, because... it's also Himino and her butler are the two characters. The Rita one is going to have Rita and Rita's assistant, the one that does all the paperwork. And the tracks will be the BGM track of Gokhan, the Nation of Ice and Snow. And then I thought they were going to include Rita's insert song, which is that cool like Gregorian chant song. But that's not on here. Instead, it's a second BGM track, which is The Law is a Spear That Slays Kings. The Law is also a shield which defends the people. So it's kind of weird that there's like... And there's also no Mofun song, like Psycho said. The Rita one's a little bit underwhelming for me, because I thought they would at least have like the cool Gregorian chant song in it, because that thing's amazing. But yeah, they're the only one that don't get a BGM and an insert song. They just get 2 BGMs. And then Kaguragi has the BGM We Shall Eliminate Those Pests, and the insert song Utaga Jaga Oger, and then it also has voice lines for Kaguragi and his like Kuruko-like guy. So these are cool. I don't know if I want to buy the whole set, but I'm kind of tempted, because I think it makes, it's a neat idea, and I want to see if Bandai's going to do this to kind of expand the sound banks in these toys a little bit more. And apparently, supposedly, I think the blog post alluded to the fact that these sounds would have been in, or at least some of these sounds would have been in the original Oger Caliber if the price had been higher, but they wanted to keep the price lower, and then be like, pick your favorite, or pick them all, that kind of thing, so... What do you guys think about this? It's kind of a new thing for Bandai to do.
Well, I hope this isn't too much just for physical DLC.
Yeah, physical
There's a
DLC.
lot in there, right?
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
And you said there's 4 each one, right? So that means you can't mix and match.
Right. So like
right?
you can't.
It's just
You just
blues for blue, yellows for yellow.
Right. Yeah. You just pick one and plug it into the thing and make it happen.
I mean, it's neat.
It is neat. I feel like I'm just gonna end up buying like either
reminds me of
Gyras or Yanmas and calling it a day.
Cards.
Yeah.
You know those Digimon things where you can add like chips.
Right. Like I thought maybe it would be like the Digimon thing where you could like pop in all 5 chips and then you get like extra sounds. But yeah, I agree. Hellfire says once again, Memorial Mobirit should have had this. Yeah, where you could have just like, like you buy the King Oger card set and you just get a chip and you plug that chip into the Mobirit, so that way when you put the key in and turn it, it says King Oger, right? Like that would have been smart. Murad Alex says reminds me of the Yokai Watch U system. Yeah, I think it's exactly like that. I think it's almost entirely like that. Not quite like the SD card in the Saber Sword, which you had to go download the data. These at least come with the data on them. The other good part is these aren't unlocking things that are in it. It is adding things that aren't in it already. So it is physical DLC, but at least it's not like you can't use the thing that's in your toy without buying the physical DLC. Like it's at least an addition to. So yeah. Anyways, that's all on that. King Oger's getting 2 crossover movies because I don't know, they're just doing it. There's not a reason for this, it's just happening. We got trailer for both. The Don Brothers one is seeming like it's just kind of there's definitely there's 2 movies. I'm sorry, I'm losing track. Let me stop, reset. There's going to be 2 crossover movies for King Oger. They're coming out. King Oger versus Don Brothers and King Oger versus Kyoryuger. The Don Brothers one definitely seems more like a kind of standard crossover, where the Kyoryuger one's like also the 10th anniversary Kyoryuger movie. So it's kind of a bigger deal. The plot of the Don Brothers one is the Don Brothers frickin' die. And then they show up in the land of the dead, and that's how they meet the King Ogers. Which is kind of brilliant and very on point for the Don Brothers. Right, guys?
Yep.
The Don Brothers just die, and then they get to do a crossover. It's pretty simple. The Don Brothers crown thing that's coming with the Blu-ray for that one looks like it just swaps the gold armors between Gira and Taro, which makes sense, And I gotta say, with them going to the land of the dead, I really, someone find Sonoe down there, please. I'm still not over that Versus movie.
From Don Brothers.
Poor Don Brothers. And then the crossover with Kyoryuger looks like it's going to have all 10 Kyoryugers back. They've already confirmed Yaoi, in addition to the main 6, are going to be returning, which is great. And it looks like the King Ogers get to use the Samba arms from the Samba Carnival stuff. And Gira gets a new form that's got Kyoryuger stuff. King gets a new form and a new Gabu revolver that's partially red, which is pretty cool. And then also here, Kyoryu Gold is using his Armed On power-up from the Hyper Battle video, so that's now 2 Hyper Battle videos that have canon forms later on. So, yeah. Anyways, there's all kinds of stuff going on, and we'll see more details soon. They will be releasing the movies in theaters, and then I think shortly after digitally in April, and then the Blu-rays will hit, I think, in like August or November or something like that. So yeah. There we go. Cool. Next up, there is going to be new full-action Kyoryuger mecha. I made a joke about this when I got full-action Kyoryugen. It was a half joke, half truth. I was like, if they want to go back and make full-action versions of all the other mecha, I'll buy them. So freaking Bandai heard me. So for 8,800 yen, releasing in November, is Tobaspino. Tobaspino makes total sense. Which, it's a retool of Gabutira, so they already have 80% of this design, and so it's just Tobaspino. It doesn't come with any limbs, but he's going to be 8,800 yen, a little high, but that's kind of how they're going for him. I'm gonna get these because look at this, look at the posability, it actually benefits it really, really well.
I want this so bad because it was my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I love this design so much.
I mean, it doesn't help that D is voiced by the GOAT.
Yep. And then to add on to this, for 8,800 yen as well, releasing in September, will be a set with Bunpaki? Is that his name? Bunpaki? Yeah?
I can't see the
Ankydon?
copy.
Ankydon?
Good.
Parasagon?
I'm just gonna...
Zaktor? I didn't look up their names.
I like how Soundout's like asking, and I'm like, good, and he's just like, uh-huh.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Everyone's saying yes. Bunpaki has a metal chain. Yes, we'll talk about that in a moment. So this is essentially a set to get you the other 4 arms in one thing. So you get here's Kyoryuger Western or Kyoryugen Western, who looks really cool, and then Kyoryugen Kung Fu looks freaking awesome with this articulation range. Like, I'm in.
I really want these now, and I wish they weren't so expensive.
Yeah, the price is my biggest problem with them. As it was with Kyoryugen. These are really cool. It's just Bandai, we know you're upcharging because it's Kyoryuger. But yeah, the metal chain on Bunpaki is pretty great. The arms don't fold, but that's just it.
Now.
Yeah, because the thing with these, the legs fold up. So like the big legs on these guys, they fold up, and then Ankydon's legs don't move. But that's to match, Stagochi and Drakera. I don't mind. Having the full action Kyoryugen in hand, I do not mind the legs not folding up. I don't even notice it anymore until someone mentions it. It's just, and so the question becomes: are they going to do Terra Gordon? Are they going to do Plezuan? And are they going to do Bragigas? Because if they do that, we need something to fix this clip issue. There's no clips on the front of this guy, so some combos won't be possible. So, we'll see what happens, but I'm looking forward to these because I like the Kyoryugen, but I'm probably gonna wait and see how the aftermarket turns out as opposed to buying them like full price because they're great. They're just a little expensive, I think we all agree with,
like,
right?
if I can get these, I will sell my Dino Charge stuff.
Yeah.
If they can even figure out if they can figure out how to get a Bragigas, like you said, there's no clips because. Remember how they like poorly released him in North America?
Yep.
Bragigas, so like I didn't even get him because of how they screwed him up.
I think they could do it, and I think they could. They can either. They have 2 options with the chest clips. They either release a new torso, since this whole thing's modular. They can just release a torso without having to release new legs with it, or they do like an overlay that just clips over, and then that just does the trick. There's options. They don't have to do it exactly like how it originally was done. I'm just glad to see the lines continuing. I'm not surprised they're P Bandai, though, because I did get Kyoryugen like half price. So, it's not a surprise. They're like, there's enough demand to release them, but there's not enough demand at retail. I totally get that. It makes sense. So, yeah, cheap pieces are definitely a thing they could do. I'm cool with that. Yeah, I'd like to see other full actions for other shows, because I love this concept so much. It's great.
Listen, if they could do full actions, like, we won't need Soul Chogokin, pretty much.
Exactly.
Because
I'd rather have full action than Soul Chogokin, because I don't need the diecast. I'd rather just have the articulation.
Exactly.
Yep. Alright, last thing for Kyoryuger. The Gabu Revolver Memorial Edition has been upgraded to now include the voices of all 10 main Kyoryugers, plus Professor Ulshade, transformation of all 10 together, and the opening narration speech about dinosaurs plus humans have been included. So, this doesn't require you buying a chip. They just upgraded, they said, oh yeah, we've added this, and there's a second batch of the Gabu Revolver up for pre-order. So, and that's it for Sentai news, guys. That was that. It's time to get on to Transformers Leak Watch 2024. I want to wrap the show up in the next 5 minutes. But
all right,
there's a Beast Machines toy, so maybe that won't happen. But we're going to try. We're going to try. We're going to try, guys. We're going to try. All right. So first things first, Leak Watch time. I said for weeks, if things don't stop leaking, it's just going to show up at US retail. And guess what? That's what happened. Concept Art Starscream, or Concept Art Sunstreaker, and War for Cybertron Sideswipe have been found at US retail. These have not been announced by Hasbro. They have not gone out for pre-order. They are now out in stores, which means we are way beyond the time that these should have been announced. And yeah, so if you're out at Walmart, you may run into 2 unannounced toys, which is insane, right? Crazy. But we've seen these toys. We've seen pictures. Let's talk about Cheetor. As the only Beast Wars fan, or the only Beast Machines fan in the world, a lot's riding on my opinion of this Cheetor, right, guys? The world's waiting to hear what I think of this. Anyways, this was found overseas in Colombia. This wasn't found in the U.S. This is in Colombia. Here it is. Core Class Beast Machines Cheetor. Who keeps leaking these, MJ Klein says? At the moment, all three of the things we just talked about, retailers, because Hasbro just hadn't announced it. Anyways,
yeah.
Here is Core Class Beast Machines Cheetor. And here he is. He is our first Beast Machines Cheetor since the show ended. And his cheetah mode's adorable. Cheetah mode's adorable there. Look at that. Isn't it cute?
That is cute.
It is pretty cute. His robot mode, which we'll get to here, looks pretty solid. It stands. He's got the 2 blades, which is something that the previous toys missed. He is a core class. He's like $10. That's why he's tiny. We need a Titan class Beast like Machine Cheetor to go full circle. We already got that back in the Supreme. The McDonald's in the background. Let's talk about that. I think mold-wise, if we look at let's get this let's get the robot shot, because I'm going to be that kind of nerd. I apologize for what you're all about to endure. Let's do this shot. Okay. If we look at this, right? If we look at this... Oh, I forgot about Titanium Cheetor, because I forgot Titanium existed. So if we look at this, this is a decent-looking Cheetor. Now, if we're going to compare Cheetor to how he looked in the show, there he is in the show, right? Big, tall, lanky, has a couple blades. They nailed the show look. You know? They really did. I feel like it actually nails the look from the show, right? You know what also it nails the look of? The McDonald's toy. Because, oh my god, where is the paint?
Very much. Yes, I was thinking about that. I'm glad you brought it up.
Actually, let's open this image in a new tab here so we can look at it a little bigger. Where is the paint, guys?
That's exactly what I was thinking when I was looking at it. I was like, why is it just yellow and a little bit of
green,
that's it.
splashes of... It's mostly how they put...
Kinda...
Let's see. There is 3 colors added. And it is 1, 2, 3, 4... Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 11 paint apps and 3 tampograpphs for some spots. Here's the thing. Oh, Tasmania Kid's already on the shelf. Here's the thing. Alright, I don't know size-wise, but Tasmania Kid is incredibly well painted for a core class, and he's about that size, I think. Rumble here is a little smaller and has like 20 paint apps on him. Okay, so like, I feel a little slighted. I feel a little cheated by this paint app discrepancy.
Legit.
And again, I hate making the comparison to full retail toys. Oh, it looks like a Happy Meal toy. In this instance, it does. I'm trying to get this on the same window here. In this instance, it does. Because the Happy Meal toy also, like, it used green plastic, right? The Happy Meal toy had, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paint apps on it. But because so much of it is just yellow without the spots, because he had a lot of spots on this design, there's so much, like, just blank yellow. It just reminds me a lot. I mean, this was the most accurate Cheetor toy at the time. But, like, it reminds me so much of that old McDonald's toy. And I'm still going to buy this. I'm just a little bit let down because I feel like they didn't give it, like, the same treatment that other core class get. Because core class have a lot of paint. That's like one of their big selling points, is that they're well painted. It just, I don't know. I'm a little mixed on it. Full review incoming whenever I get this, because apparently I might just find it in a Target at this rate before they actually put it up online. And I'll review it on... I won't do a separate video on it. I'll just review it here on the live stream. So stay tuned for further thoughts. If Takara made... Master Ben asked, would you buy a Takara Premium Finish? If Takara were to make one, sure. I just don't think they will. Because they didn't do any of the only core class they did was Rat Trap, but he already had more paint to begin with. Anyways. We have last 2 little toy news things. This is the category we're going to call... Where's my thing here? Other toy news. Playmates has announced a couple new items. I put new in quotations. One is new, one is old. They are reissuing their Voltron as a 40th anniversary edition. This is the classic Voltron. It's going to be the red, green, blue, and yellow lions for $19.99, the black lion for $30, and a 5-pack for $100. This is the 16-inch tall one. It's been released before. People said it's really good. I never actually personally picked it up because I bought the Soul Jigoken. But It looks really nice, and it's nice it's coming back out again. And then we're getting a Ninja Turtles figures based on the original concept sketch. So here's the original concept sketch that Eastman and Laird did way back before they made the comic. And they're making figures of them. I wish it had all red bandanas and the colors were accurate instead of making these things look like the vintage Playmates toys. But they have an addiction to doing their own thing. These are coming on a special base. And yeah, they got the tails. They got everything. They even got like the arm-mounted nunchucks with chains. So these look pretty great. I imagine they're going to do like 2 paint schemes. Like this one's going to be like your vintage toy line colors. And I think they'll do these colors as like a special set. But I think this is cool, and I like Playmates doing something new instead of just reissuing stuff all the time. So, yeah, what do you guys got any thoughts on concept sketch turtles?
They're kind of neat.
They are. I'm gonna pick them up.
I like those are the faces that remember I told you those are faces back then as a kid I would get scared of. But
yeah, totally.
That shit was cool.
Yeah. All right, and that's it for the news. We did it. Let's wrap up. I'm tired. My shoulders are hurting because I've been leaning forward too much all stream. I got bad back posture today, guys. Getting old and grumpy. Not really grumpy. Yeah, you guys got any final thoughts before we close out the stream?
That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we went through a lot. Congrats on everyone that stayed for the whole runtime. And if you missed anything, you'll be able to find everything with the title cards. So. I think we're ready to wrap up. Fighter Cows, are you streaming tomorrow?
I am planning to, yeah. Unless I just...
Weather permitting?
Yeah, exactly. And if I am, it's at 4 p.m. Eastern Tuesday, and of course Soundout should be there. I'll let him know, of course. And you can also know of any updates like that if you follow my social media, which is Fighter Cows, FIGHTERXAOS. On Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's any update or any announcement I'll make about the stream, you'll get it there.
We're gonna be doing KOF tomorrow if we stream tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yep.
It'll be KOF because that's too. Come on. I love Tekken. Everyone wants to play Tekken. I do too.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't just abandon KOF. I can't abandon it.
You can't abandon it. You're the #1 English streamer.
I can add Tekken on top of it, but I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I can't abandon it.
Yeah.
I can play KOF and Tekken, but not KOF or Tekken.
Mm. All right, Wheels, you want to promote anything?
Go check out hero-club.com.
Put some energy in it. Put some pep in your step. Don't sound so bored.
Check us out across social media at Hero Club for Life. And that's about it. I mean, me and Soundout did have that stream after... Well, I did have that stream for Pokemon, and Soundout showed up after Jerry went to bed. So if you want to go see us talk about Transformer leaks, go there. Also, you can find out about what Soundout thinks about Pokemon and consent.
Yes. Specifically within the Pokemon universe.
And
MJ
bitches.
Klein asked about posting action figures. In yours, everybody posts their collections, don't they?
Yeah, and if you want to, yeah.
And in mine,
MJ Klein was asking if he could post his video about it. Yeah, you can post your video about it. I don't mind. By all means, share.
And in mine, I have a channel called Collectibles. That's all for that. So.
All right. Well, you can find me at the links below. This Friday, if I don't collapse halfway through making it, this Friday should be the Super Sentai viewing guide. I have scripted it out. It is 12 pages of notes. It's gonna be long.
This Friday, I may interrupt Fate for Tekken if you're around.
Yes, if I'm not in a coma, I should be around. But it's going to be crazy, and if you're a member, if you're a member of a Commander or higher, after the stream ends, I'm putting a new video up for members, which will be Wednesday's video. Get early access to it. So, on that note, join the Discord, join the channel memberships if you'd like to help support the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And we'll see you all next week for another great live stream. And I hope you all have a good one.